1, that's him. Sky, thought you thought, but I wasn't born yesterday. All I do is ball, you goofies underestimate. Heavyweight bag, step on your weight class. I done moved across states, blood I can't cap. Strap put it on my pivot, clocking digits. Rock hard and I ain't even in the kitchen. I'm on a mission to move soft, make a thing flip like a moonsault. Keep a switch for everybody through salt. Face froze, somebody check dude pulse. Is you stepping or stepped on? Wake the game up, make them regret I was slept on. Bogey's world, welcome to a new dawn. Till I move up, I can never move on. Big bread got me bougie past the great poop on. I'm getting over while you busy fighting over croutons. Yeah, bogeyism, a true boat, brother, gon' get it. All this water got me tripping. Hella fish scale, but I ain't fishing. See, I move with precision. When it comes to living, I'm the definition. If I stand for one thing, it's on business. Bogeyism, it just hit different. Yeah, it just hit different. You find my story is all non-fiction. I put my family before me and I gotta mention. I keep an air fan tone mob a henchman. For you squares, option for opposition. And you ops I get popped trying to stop my ascension. Talking generational, you got my attention. Underworld motivational, you feel the sensation. Try to see how I look, get booked, I'll take it. I was just a crook, all it took was some patience. Now my phone off the hook, I got hella deals waiting. You ain't really made it unless you got somebody hating. Bogey's world, welcome to a new dawn. Till I move up, I can never move on. Big bread got me bougie past the gray poop on. Getting over while you busy fighting over croutons. Yeah, bogeyism, a true boat, brother, gon' get it. All this water got me tripping. Hella fish scale, but I ain't fishing. See, I move with precision. When it comes to living, I'm the definition. If I stand for one thing, it's on business. Bogeyism, it just hit different. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What it do?
What's up?
Top of the top.
It's Friday.
Yep. Everybody, and you already know what time it is. You tuned in to another live edition of the Way. Yo.
Game.
Right up the gut tree.
Top of the top, Betty Freaky Friday.
Right up the gut tree.
This is my third Friday in a row. I'm on vacation.
Let's
Nice.
go.
Yeah. What's up with that?
AK vibes.
Let's go. So we got
Fridays.
Tell us a little bit about that rodeo thing, because I have never experienced one.
Oh no, it's great. Houston rodeo is bigger and badder than the rodeo I got in my hometown. We have the Mercedes livestock show every year. That happened last week. This week though, they got concerts every day. Post Malone was there the other day. Tomorrow I'm gonna go see Brooks and Dunn.
Doing rap music.
Post Malone is like an anomaly. How the fuck did he go from where he started to where he's at? I'm like, this guy, if he
has his own Oreo.
I don't know. Like
he literally has his own Oreo in the stores.
He realized that the 12-year-old girls that listen to country music drop more money than anybody else in this entire planet. He's like, hold on, I can capitalize on that 12-year-old country girl. Okay, let's go.
And there's more and more minorities that have embraced country music as well. Because, he was kind of a, what they would call a culture vulture, right? Because, he came up, he was White Iverson, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And he had some joints, but, you had the cornrows and you had the grills and you know what I mean? And then, the face tats and whatnot. But now he's, then he kind of went
full, country now, which is, he's doing the full Kid Rock.
That is what he's doing.
Yeah. And Kid Rock, he's from like Detroit for real. You know what I mean?
Trailer park.
You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Brett. His he's like, watch, he's gonna be like a minority owner of the Cowboys one day. Post Malone. His pops.
Yeah, he's all over every Canes I go to.
He's got a big old sponsorship with them.
Yeah. He has his own Oreo.
Yeah, Raisin Canes is all over the
I'm so out of touch. All of that you just said was like foreign as fuck to me.
And he got a Bud Light commercial too, bruh.
Oh yeah,
I know, bro.
Yeah.
And you know what? I bet you he's closing in on his Marlboro deal too.
Probably, man.
That motherfucker's he's a Bud Light drinking, cigarette smoking motherfucker, and he'll just bust out the shrooms too.
Can they even do any advertisement? I thought that was outlawed years ago. That's like a federal thing.
Yeah,
I can see a cigarette ad in anywhere, in a magazine, fucking billboard, commercial.
I mean, Walt Disney. Walt Disney, he was always doing this thing because they freaking
Walt Disney
they got rid of all his fucking cigarettes.
Big time cigarette smoker. He was the type that fucking had one on there and then light it up and then like chain smoking. For real. Yeah.
He ain't never not been smoking.
You know that sucks for them though. Back in the day, they didn't know the adverse effects that came along with this shit. So, yeah, I mean that's just what everybody did. Females smoked like that was just expected of you.
It was like
that
a
kind of like elevated or female status was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have a cigarette.
What are the skinny ones? The Virginia Slims.
Virginia Slims.
Yeah.
Long ass cigarette. That motherfucker like this long. Skinny motherfucker.
With the lipstick on it. You pull it down.
So you're gonna be here for 35 minutes.
Yeah, my mom was a cigarette smoker for a bit back in the early 90s, and she would smoke the Benson and Hedges and the Virginia Slims. She quit though.
I smoked just regular tobacco 10 years straight, and it didn't matter what it was. My favorites were the deals, so you could get the buy one get twos or three sometimes, or the buy two get fours, whatever was doing the promo. But I think if I had to choose the best tasting cigarette, it was the Camel Turkish Gold.
Yeah, I was a Camel guy.
Put Newport against any
I don't
cigarette.
fuck with that.
I don't even know.
Newport against any cigarette.
Unless it's the Camel Crush. Remember the Camel Crush? It was like half a regular cigarette, then you crush the filter and it turned into a menthol.
So
Yeah,
I didn't
they even had the menthol,
but still,
where you crush extra menthol.
I felt like I was still smoking glass.
That's kind of what I was going for, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how Bogart got the signature sound.
Tupac smoked Newport.
Remember Camels where you looked at the camel and there's like hidden images and the shits?
That's crazy good stuff, man.
There's like a naked lady on her back or something. I can't remember what it
turn
is.
the marble sign, the old school marble sign, you turn it upside down, you can see the dude with the fucking the white hood, the KKK dude.
What? I didn't know.
I didn't know.
Yeah, somebody Google it. This is like back in the day. They used to be like, look at this shit.
Remember the conspiracy where you folded I can't remember which bill it was, but it was the Twin Towers on fire.
Yep.
Oh shit.
See, this is some shit, bro. They didn't want you. This is why I believe in time traveling, because they're like, come on. They're like, you know what? Let's go back in time, put it in the dollar.
I've been going down some rabbit holes.
It's just the most accurate at predicting shit. You know what I mean?
No, they just have
nice
literally like 10,000 episodes, so they have to come up with crazy ideas, and you know what's that saying?
By sheer, so by sheer probability alone.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day or something like that.
That's a good one. There's something about a dog, I think. Like every dog has
a blind
its
squirrel
day.
finds a nut.
A blind squirrel finds its nut. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, every once in a while, a blind squirrel finds a nut, right?
Yeah.
Every dog has his day. No, that doesn't work.
Some were blind or deaf and stuff like that.
Eventually, every Simpsons episode will predict something.
Yeah.
I am the Lizard Queen.
Dude, that's my favorite episode as of late. I love referring to that part too. Because I drink beer,
That's
so
a dope
sometimes I'll
episode.
crack open a
She
beer and I'll be
geeks
like,
out. She
just
drinks the
beer
water.
for me.
She drinks the water and goes on a ride.
Somebody was actually hating on water rides, and I had to inform them about the quality of the water on a water ride because I am the ride mechanic. So a water
It smells like
ride
chlorine in that motherfucker.
pool quality water, like better pool quality water than the actual public pool. Just because you're gonna get wet, we have to go through the procedure of making sure that this water ain't gonna get nobody fucked up. There ain't no
pink eye.
there's no foreign
In Disneyland, there
or
was an
whatever the
outbreak of
fuck
pink eye.
inside that water. That water is super clean, super safe.
Would you drink that water?
No, not drinkable. It's just not gonna give you like some crazy virus in the eye or like
Ear infection.
Yeah, or a rash.
Yeah, ear
motherfucking rash.
infection. No, nothing like that. No.
Malaria.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the mosquitoes
question.
see the fucking water and they're like, nah, not that one. They'll
Hey,
go
real
find
talk.
another piece.
Side question: has anyone ever jumped off the Pirates ride into the water?
That's 100%. Last year they did it on Small World.
Oh
They
shit!
literally were high out of the like because you know you go to Disneyland and you want to do some substance. So this fool he did
I was
substance.
shrooming the last time.
And he got out of the boat and he started walking around with the the animatronics fucking doing their whatever fucking.
Oh yeah, I was shrooming when I met you. They
walk
because I was like, fuck it. Well, because I was supposed to bring anything in.
They must have had they had whatever controlled substance, and then they had it had to have been the Molly, because the Molly only gets you hot, right? That's the one that gets you hot, and they fucking got stripped down, and they were butt naked walking around the fucking place. It's like this is Disneyland,
like
so you
Molly
got
and
like
mushroom.
little ones. On the Small World.
Oh my
god! Homie walk around butt naked.
There's some bro that look at shit. Oh, it is Small World. Bro had mad shrinkage in the Small World.
Yeah. So the pirates. I haven't heard of a incident of recency, but definitely Small World. That was a year ago. Yeah.
At nighttime, all the pirates come alive.
Well, the cool thing was Walt Disney was so adamant of making that like the most badass ride that he went to college, UCLA, and said, "I want all your skeletons." And he actually had real skeletons on that ride in the first iteration. And then eventually like they got better at like decorating, so they were like, "Well, we don't need to have real skeletons." And but there is like there's one skull.
Walt Disney was getting rid of bodies, so they didn't even know it.
If you ever been on Pirates, the headboard of the dude that's got the magnifying glass and looking at all his gold and stuff.
Yeah.
The headboard has a skull in it, and that's an actual human skull in that headboard.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That was one of Walt Disney's ops. Let you know. You know what I mean? Now you are exhibit.
It's like in the movie Poltergeist when at the very end when the house is kind of flooding or soaked or whatever, and the girls in there, the mom's in there with the skeletons. Those are real cadavers that they use.
Whoa.
And the actors didn't know that until afterwards.
They really wanted that authenticity, They're like, listen, this motherfucker's haunted for real. That's real fear that you see on that screen.
The Haunted Mansion is like the most popular ride at Disneyland, and a lot of people's final wishes is to when they're cremated, to go ahead and spread my ashes at Disneyland, and the number one attraction that is requested is the Haunted Mansion, and it's
That's crazy.
It's true. People will go there.
So you just slide around.
They'll be in their clamshell and they'll throw the fucking ashes out. But what happens is every day they have custodial go in there and they vacuum the shit out of it. So
but that haunted mansion is haunted for real now.
If you throw your ashes outside the little buggy, they call it a buggy, a clamshell. Yeah, you're getting vacuumed up because every night when the place closes,
that's one hell of a haunted
going
vacuum.
in there with vacuums going all over the place, cleaning the bitch up. Yeah.
I'm getting cremated. That's my wish, to be cremated, because it's a lot cheaper, and I'm just. Anyways, just take care of yourself a little bit.
I thought about cremation, but I felt when you get buried, you give your nutrients back to the earth.
Right.
So like when you're cremated,
I feel like the earth needs to pay me for that.
Yeah. Like I feel like I want to get
take my nutrients.
They do a thing where they like put you in like a I don't know what it is, like the sack with other things or whatever, and they basically bury you underground and they plant you and you come back as a tree.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about that also.
For me.
Yeah.
But I was like, cremate me, sprinkle some ashes when you guys are having a little party, when you roll it up, and smoke me, bro.
Yeah. hey,
wow.
Real talk. They said the Outlaws said they smoked Tupac's ashes.
Whoa! See, there you go. It has been done before. I'm not the first person to think about it.
I remember Dennis throwing into the chat that we have, like the individual GM chat or whatever we want to call it, the text message group. Over by where we like to stay in Vegas, that's right there where Tupac got shot up.
Oh yeah.
And they got that light post right across the street or just a block away. I didn't know that. So the next time I go over there, I'm gonna look for the bitch and
we shoot a music video
and trip out on it. Yeah, I was streaming on that actual block. Not
felt Tupac.
Man, when I was in Paris, we tried to look for Jim Morrison's grave, and we walked like 10 miles and never found the grave.
You know what the is if you go to Seattle and you get the Kurt Cobain wall, where like I guess like legend has it, Kurt Cobain put his gum on a fucking wall, and then like everybody was like, "Oh my god!" So they started putting. So like, there's a wall of gum, just nasty, dude. You're like, ugh.
He was it Aberdeen or Aberdale, whatever the fuck his actual right outside of Seattle where he's from. So Spencer went there, and then they went to the bridge where he kicks it at, and he was like, "It was pretty eerie." I'm like, "Hell yeah." But he didn't kill himself there. You know what I mean? Still though, under the bridge,
shotgun.
Yeah, that's oof.
I'm on the side that it was
Courtney
Schmurder.
Courtney Love.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a duicide. Yeah.
Duicide.
So he said like, all right, go ahead and hit me off with this one. I'm extra loaded. Because then also the amount of Ron that was in him was like 3 times the unalive limit. You know what I mean? So like even just to get into that much, you might need some assistance. You know what I mean? Because maybe that was his tolerance. Like, look, we just go to the edge every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then there's also like the letter that he left. There was like half of it was freaking different handwriting, like from handwriting specialists and whatnot. Oh, and then like it could have been he had a journal where he would always just write letters to like kind of like therapy. He's like, dear fans, it was just shit like that. So she just found one and then added to it. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, Courtney and Francis and this and that. You know what I mean? But before that, it was just kind of like a letter to his fans saying he's just gonna stop making music. You know what I mean?
Damn. I don't know. It's crazy. A lot of people think Courtney has to do it.
As you are. Yeah.
I was gonna say his death anniversary is coming up. He offed himself on my birthday back in the day. It was April 5th.
What's that? The 6th?
The 5th.
5th. Okay, I was in the vicinity.
It's coming up. I remember I was watching, like, you have the school news that would come up every morning or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that broke that day on the school news. I was like, damn. I think it was Kurt Loder.
Yeah, MTV News.
Don't they have an album called Fully Loaded?
I don't think
Maybe.
so.
There's like
I know they have
In Utero.
They had Bleach. Then they had Nevermind, and then they had the other one that had like a crazy. Oh, Nevermind was the one that had the.
That's the one with the kid under the water.
Oh yeah, okay. Then the one after that was the crazy imagery one where he's like in the video like Jesus and shit.
Right. Isn't that Heart Shaped Box? I don't know what the album's called.
Is that what it was?
Heart Shaped Box.
Yeah, it had the song Heart Shaped Box,
right?
There's a song from that album, but I don't know. I don't remember.
Hey, boom, boom, hey, I gotta know the man.
Okay.
It's funny because I don't ever know the lyrics. You just kind of use the cadence, and it sounds like it.
Yeah.
That's what Weird Al did.
That's kind of like the era of that grunge. They just kind of like make noise. That's the funny thing about Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
Because they're like.
Hey,
Bro, that shit is awesome. Stephen Flo.
Yeah. Hey, it popped up. Might as well. Well, I guess I can just throw the overlay of Stephen Flo. If people don't know who Stephen Flo is,
coming to this March.
Stephen Flo, there he is.
Oh shit, we're coming up on that March. Or did it already pass?
I don't know.
Stephen Flo.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. I guess we might as well start talking about some football.
Yeah.
Is there anything to talk about? God damn it, let's just get the fucking draft started.
Should we take him to the streets?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Hold on, I got you here.
Hey, happy Friday. It's the freaky fucked up Friday so far. Well, kid ahead on the draft. We got a draft in 34 days. Well, Miami is...
That's so far away.
Yeah, well, Miami quarterback Cam Ward is tracking on to be the number 1 pick so far.
Well,
I bet money, especially if you look at Vegas, it's like super minus money. Like he's going.
Yeah. And the Browns are not like Shador Sanders, but they're not clear if they'll take him at number 2.
Number 2.
What are they gonna trade away some stuff to move up after they make a pick?
Or trade? Are they going to trade out to move down?
Trade out, move down. That's what I'm thinking.
But see, I don't think they would do that when you have Travis Hunter there. If you're not going to go QB right there.
But if you think about it, what does that statement mean to you?
What does it all mean?
Basil.
Or is it just smoke and mirrors?
Yeah, it's smoke and mirrors, bro.
That's what I think. It's smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, Cleveland should just take somebody there too. I mean,
they're going to take Jackson Dart because I feel like that's the one that like Cleveland. They always do like a stupid.
I don't like Jackson Dart. That screams Zach Wilson to me for some reason.
They're two overall.
Well, speaking of Jackson Dart, there's a lot of buzz surrounding Jackson Dart, and it's the Jets and the Steelers.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't want a quarterback.
This is where the Jackson Dart hate comes from.
Please,
like,
we had Justin Fields for 2 years. Let's roll with it. And then, maybe if it didn't work this season, draft a quarterback next season. But I don't want a quarterback in the first round or second round. Not that the Milroe guy has always been kind of intriguing, but I don't think he's going to fall past the second round. I think somebody's going to take him, especially with the recent news of him killing his pro day. I don't want a quarterback in those first 2 rounds.
Because they said Jalen Milroe put on an absolute show at Alabama's pro day and reportedly moved up significantly on a lot of quarterback-needy teams' draft boards for the first round.
If anybody is chasing a Lamar Jackson replica, Jalen Milroe is like that guy.
But he's like a bigger dude though, right?
Yeah, he hella big, bro. He like 6'3".
Lamar Jackson ain't really that small though. He's like
Lamar's like what, 6'1"?
but he's got the meat on the bones to run through people, and we've all seen it already. Like
Yeah,
he
very elusive as well.
He's
Jackson Dart's like a
he's
bruiser
built like
when
a
he
running
runs with
back,
the ball.
but
He's
he
like,
can throw the ball
plowing through
and play
fools.
quarterback.
Well, Debo Samuel signed a new 1-year deal worth $20 million, including $17 million guaranteed.
I bet you he has like like $250,000 million incentive if he plays like 90% of the year or something.
Yeah.
The other 3 million or something are locked up on incentives. Yeah.
Yeah, like one of them's got to be like availability for sure, and then the other one's probably like yard bonuses and.
Yeah, man. I was looking at the top, what was it, like the top 5 paid receivers or whatever, and I was like, Brandon Ayuk is number 5.
Yeah, last year.
What has he ever done?
1,400 yards.
If this
But that's
is
the day
not
and age
as
we live in.
close to fucking Lamar Jackson that we've ever
It's
had
first.
in recent memory, I don't know what is.
That
Jalen
dude-
Milrow is a guy that
dude yoked.
if he can get into an offense that says, hey, let's go ahead and never question him and give him any competition. We're gonna build around him, not give him competition.
Maybe that sounds like the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Well, speaking of
That would
in
be
the second round.
That would be an action because you need that in that division. You need a guy that can probably sneak in a 2-yard
Pound
touchdown.
the rock.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Yeah, because especially if you're in Cleveland and when it gets windy, you can't throw the rock worth the shit.
Right.
So you got
Right,
you got to pound that
to be able to. You got to be able to fucking run it, and that's not been a thing that they've had. When's the last time Cleveland had a guy that can run the ball at quarterback?
At quarterback? Johnny Manziel, maybe. For that 1 year.
What was his name? Deshaun Kaiser.
I think he's between the 20s, but
exactly.
maybe like at goal line, Johnny Manziel ain't really worth
That's
it.
Manziel, yeah.
Correct.
Manziel was really terrible too that 1 year that he got a shot. Like he literally only played like the 1 year for real.
Well, the
Could have been a Cowboy.
The Falcons. Yeah.
It would have been their year.
Yeah. That's what they say every single year.
And that's what I'm saying. See, that's the trick to it.
Well, the Falcons have received preliminary trade inquiries for Kirk Cousins.
Well, since he was seventh round.
And there reportedly talk of a 3rd-round pick is what the Falcons want in return. But Kirk Cousins does not plan to waive his no trade clause for any team until after the draft next month. He wants to make sure he is in position to start.
Yeah. Smart.
So, like, what is he, like, hoping that the Steelers' job is open or something? Because, like, maybe the Steelers don't draft a QB?
That's what I was going to ask. What team is going to guarantee him a starter and not draft a quarterback?
That's
Every
what I'm
team
saying.
that needs a starter is going to draft a quarterback no matter what round.
Cleveland's going to draft a quarterback.
Cleveland going to draft a quarterback. Fucking New
The
York
Raiders?
is probably going to draft a quarterback. Even Vegas might take a quarterback a little later.
What if he went to the Saints?
I bet it's in division.
Oh, speaking of, I saw Derek Carr jersey for sale yesterday for $11.
Derek Carr is a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins.
Derek Carr, $11.
That's what
I was at a thrift store yesterday.
I'd rather have Derek Carr than Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
At least Derek Carr can get it out. He had Rashid Shaheed, and he was throwing him fucking touchdowns. Shaheed get out there. Fucking last season, you never saw Kirk Cousins get the ball out there for a fast receiver to get the ball. At least Derek Carr can
His
still
name
launch it
was Ray
for a
McLeod.
guy that can run and get downfield and pass the fucking safety. Kirk Cousins' balls are floating. They're not.
Yeah, he had no zip on the ball. He had no zip on the ball in the
There's
second
no
half.
gas in that tank anymore. Kirk Cousins he might as well just take any opportunity he can get to cash in on some more money. He ain't gonna win any playoff games for you, though. That's for sure.
He has the best agent known to man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he really does.
When it comes to getting that bag, his agent was never really concerned with like, all right, we're gonna get you the best winning situation. He was like, no, give me the best bag.
He was pretty good quarterback, though. That's his career is not.
One
solely
playoff
just
win,
his-
2 playoff appearances,
Yeah.
3
Oh, no,
playoff
that-
appearances.
yeah,
He
on
got
some
one.
pretty
He
bad
got one
teams
with the Redskins.
They were on some pretty bad teams.
Yeah.
The Vikings team that he was on, that was his best. You know, he had the best receiver in the league, and some.
I mean,
But
but even
running
when they got
back
into the
that was
he got
worth
into the
a shit.
playoffs with Stephon Diggs. Even that year, that they beat the Saints in overtime.
The Minneapolis Miracle.
No, that was the Case Keenum year.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, so this was a couple years later. They now they have Corky Kirk, and then yeah, I remember it was what was the name of that tight end they had over there? I forget, but he caught the touchdown in overtime to win. But yeah, this was the year. I want to say this was the year after. This was the year after the no call in the NFC Championship.
Oh, okay.
The big tackle on the
2019.
when the DB tackled the dude.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and he was completely. It was a pass interference, and they didn't call it.
Straight up, he just straight up blasted dude, and then the ball sailed after. Like
He gave him an open shot while he was running the route. Just
yeah, and then they all looked around like, yo, you ain't gonna call that, and then they went to the next play.
that's wild though that didn't get called.
Yeah, and the Rams. I mean, I guess that was a 3-and-out. It made it. They had to punt it after that actually, because that was the Rams defender. What's his name? Bradley Roby Coleman or something like that. He was the culprit.
The culprit. Well, not necessarily. He didn't get caught, bro.
Yeah, you're right. He was the suspect with all of the eyewitnesses. No one wanted his rat. And I had a conspiracy theory about that too, because like the Rams, they were just opening up that new LA stadium the following year. So they needed one of them. They needed the Rams to at least at minimum get to the Super Bowl because like we need to create a fan base in LA. Real talk. They moved the Chargers down there with them, but then like they had the reverse effect. I mean, look, kid is living proof. Like they're like, oh, leave San Diego. Why don't you? Fuck you.
Yeah, and they didn't want to bring the Raiders to LA too, because the Raiders still own LA.
Yeah, hell yeah. That probably and then you know Mark whatever his name is Mark Davis. You know he had his eyes set on the Vegas thing, but the same thing with the dude, the owner of the Saints, who purchased that land for that stadium in LA a long time ago. You know, not the Saints, owner of the St. Louis.
Dan Kroenke.
Oh,
Yeah. So he buys that shit, and then he actually, it was, you know, he was competing with Al Davis years ago about the idea of Vegas. You know what I mean? So Mark Davis, that's probably him. Like I'm, you know, fulfilling my dad's prophecy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but see, the first plans before Vegas also was in the realm as one of them teams going to Carson. So you was gonna have all 3 teams in LA.
Yeah.
But Stan Kroenke did not want the Raiders out there because he knows that most of the demographic out there is Raider fans.
No, you ain't lying. Yeah, and then it's actually a perfect spot for them being Vegas now because you know you still have all the fan base flood in no matter where. Exactly. You know what I mean?
Didn't they
Their
play
fan
in
base
a
is deep.
Coliseum?
They did.
Yep.
They did.
They
Yeah,
played-
yeah,
they
yeah.
played-
Yeah,
during
the
the
Rams
80s.
played in the Coliseum, and then
Yep.
the Chargers played in the
In the
10
soccer
seat
stadium.
in the
soccer
soccer
stadium.
stadium.
They played the
The
Q.
Chargers, they played in the soccer stadium.
They couldn't even
Chargers
fill
did.
it. They couldn't even fill that stadium.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
No.
only
That's
held-
what.
it only held
And
like
that's
20,000.
that's why they were like, no
Oh
call.
my mama, that motherfucker was empty as shit. They said them
Bro,
games that you went to.
They,
When you
they
went to the
putting-
games,
they were putting the logos over the seats.
bro, they said when you went to the games, you could hear the talk on the field from the players. That's how.
At Qualcomm?
No, at
In
the soccer
Carson.
stadium.
Oh, the soccer stadium. Oh, yeah. That was
The-
stupid.
Qualcomm for sure.
Nobody wants to go see Phillip Rivers.
Qualcomm hosted Super Bowls.
Yeah, but everybody
Qualcomm
wanted to
has
go to San
hosted
Diego
multiple
in
Super
January,
Bowls.
February for sure.
Oh my mama.
Yeah, you ain't lying. They'll still probably host a Super Bowl down the
They
road.
would.
Yeah.
But the city
State,
ain't gonna pay no fucking $1 billion for a stadium.
Yeah, San Diego State run Qualcomm now.
Yep.
Oh, where?
Qualcomm is gone. It's
It's
San
not
Diego State run that motherfucker.
San Diego State owns that land now, and well, I don't know if it owns the land, but on that land, they leveled the stadium and they put up a smaller venue that's like probably like 20, 30 at most, and they want a soccer team. They don't want a football team. They want a soccer team because the soccer team would be able to, like an MLS, like they could occupy that stadium,
and they can generate good revenue.
And in San Diego, there's a lot of soccer fans.
Yeah, that is
so
true.
they do have
my Rasa's down there supporting the soccer, bro.
they have a chance of getting an MLS team, but the football, it requires somebody with some money to go out there and build that shit themselves.
San Diego's last soccer
we're
team
waiting, waiting for a Jerry Jones.
Here we go right here. Here go the thing right here, because San Diego is a football city, right? The NFL is going to expand. We don't know when they're going to expand because we already getting 18 games here pretty soon. They're going to get 2 to 4 more teams in San Diego, Salt Lake on the West Coast. I think Portland on the West Coast. San Antonio's another city.
Portland's a good one.
And then you got the overseas city. So they gonna expand, bro. 100% is just where the markets is gonna be.
San Diego, the only requirement is no taxpayer dollars. That's what.
That's why. So that's why they can't really get those things off the fucking.
Yeah, because
like Buffalo, they're about that whole city's about to pay for that new. They're paying for a large portion of that new stadium.
And
that's why Houston isn't getting it. Houston isn't getting a new stadium. They're just renovating because the taxpayers are like, screw that.
Yeah, that's like Stan Kroenke. Stan Kroenke didn't use no taxpayer for that dome that he got.
We need a Kroenke. We need Jerry Jones.
Because
somebody like that.
And the Waltons. The dudes that own Denver. Them motherfuckers, I think they got more money than Kroenke. If not, they right up here.
Prices because Denver has all the freaking coin, man. Those owners can roll too.
That's saying a lot because Kroenke is a motherfucker. Like he's got more money than Elon.
Yeah, they the Waltons. They the Waltons.
Owners have a lot more.
The Denver owners is the Waltons.
He did buy Twitter for like $40 billion.
He lost 20 million or 20 billion right off the bat. His ownership tanked it. Yeah. Oh shit, that was not an investment. That was just a
it was a flex.
That's so he could be like China and be like, oh, media, nope, I have control. You can't
say
shit that makes me look bad. I'm gonna ban you.
Well, see, before he bought Twitter was banning people that they shouldn't have been banning. If it's a social media site,
he doing the business now in the White House. They don't even allow some editorials in there no more. You can't even go into the White House as a press like the Associated Press.
Well,
the AP,
too many people tried to kill him already.
The most reputable fucking press in the whole world. They're not even allowed in there because they question too much. They're like, "Why are you making us look bad? You don't ever come back."
Yeah,
we're taking your credentials.
Associated Press is going to be
all and ask your questions.
It's going to be all people that they plug in play now. Like, okay, here's the question.
It's turning it's turning into a
reality show.
Here are the questions they're going to ask.
Yeah, and that's a funny part about it is that
Trump actually wrote them. Here's the questions. They're all the best questions. These are the best.
Only the best questions.
I don't think Elon Musk is a true Christian, and I know Donald Trump. He don't know nothing about the Bible.
No, he just puts his hand on the Bible for looks.
Well, it generates.
This is the Bible. It's the best.
Yeah, exactly. He has the Trump Bible, but
the Bible, it's the best. God, he's the best. God's not a woman, by the way. It's not like someone just like, God's the man.
You got it down.
It's hilarious to me, bro. Oh my mom.
When they put their accordion machine in his hand, that shit is so funny, bro. That shit cracks me up like a motherfucker.
Whoever does him on Saturday Night Live, bro, they be nailing him when they do the hand movement.
Oh,
That
yeah.
shit has me crying.
There's like a fat dude that does him hella good.
Oh shit!
He's like a fat Trump. He's always on Joe Rogan.
That's funny if it is Dana Carvey because I know that Mike Myers does.
Mike Myers, yeah, yeah. I forget who it is.
So you get the two guys from Wayne's World doing fucking Elon Musk and Donald Trump, bro. That shit is
hilarious. I like the skit when they when JD Vance and Trump was arguing with the Ukrainian president. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, that shit had me dying.
Well, the Minnesota Vikings have turned down multiple trade inquiries for J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, because they were probably trying to say, here, Ray, here's the 6th round, here's the 5th. Those are easy to turn down.
Except for that Herbert trade. What?
Oh, that shit's wild, man.
What happened?
You didn't hear? Oh, God, I sent it to the thread. There were several reports that Minnesota wanted Justin Herbert, and they'd send over J.J. McCarthy and a pick or plus. What? But
it probably would have been multiple
picks.
Yeah. What did was there any response from the Chargers?
They wouldn't be able to pay. They wouldn't be able to house that contract.
They couldn't do it because of the contract, I believe, because he had no trade clause.
Who has a no trade clause? Herbert?
Just Herbert, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Look at Herbert. Good for him.
Herbert should have played for the Vikings. He's got a fast track to the playoffs with the Vikings.
This probably would have happened.
Can't just throw that in my face.
Yeah.
If this would have happened.
The Vikings is a good team, Lee. Okay.
It would have happened before they started bringing in all those free agents.
I'm gonna touch down my boy.
Oh, wait. Is that pea stained or is that the color of the jersey?
Sorry, it's not your urine.
Yellow. There's no yellow jersey in the Chargers. Chargers is not a yellow team. I don't know where you wear.
They started wearing the yellow this year. The yellow pants, woo-wops.
Well, the Steelers have had ongoing dialogue with both Rodgers' agent and Rodgers himself, and are willing to wait for the veteran quarterback to make a decision, which is going to be probably.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers is the type he don't even call Mike Tomlin coach. What's up, Mike? How you doing, Mike?
Mike T.
No. Right there.
Mike T. What's up, Coach Mike T?
And then he's like, listen here. That's where we're going to have to start first, Rodgers. You call me coach.
Well, former Steelers quarterback Justin Fields said he's the biggest reason he left for the Jets was head coach Aaron Glenn and had a chance to turn around the New York franchise around.
He's a man on a mission.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Justin Fields thinks he can turn the team around, turn the Jets around.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said a big proponent for him going to New York was Aaron Glenn. He definitely played against Aaron Glenn for the majority of his career. So, you know what I mean? There's some and vice versa. They're probably like, look, this kid, he had some flashes. You know what I mean? Maybe we did a little bit of fine tuning.
He definitely has seen the transition from a cellar dweller to the fucking top of the food chain. So
and now they're back at the cellar where it all started.
You think Detroit is at the cellar?
No. I'm talking about now he's going back to kind of, so to speak, square one, like back to the cellar with the Jets. You know what I mean?
Well, free agent offensive lineman Trevin Jenkins signed with the Browns yesterday.
Cool.
And the Raiders and Cowboys have been linked to Amari Cooper.
No, look at Amari Cooper go back to the Raiders. That'd be funny.
Yeah. Back to the Cowboys too.
That'd be good for Gino for real.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Stephon Diggs left yesterday's visit with the Patriots without a deal, but both sides will remain in contact.
Yeah, I think most of the concerns are just his health.
Damn. If he's considering the Patriots, it's a money grab.
It's a money situation, exactly.
Oh,
they have $97
crazy.
million still left in cap. I think it's 97 or something like that. And for the quarterback news, the Vikings are reportedly interested in Carson Wentz to back up J.J. McCarthy, and also the Browns have interest in the deal with Carson Wentz.
Yep.
And
You know what's funny is like
Winston,
he screams backup.
and Jameson Winston left the Giants visit without a deal. And Russell Wilson reportedly wants the Giants. He wants to sign with the Giants. That's the team he wants.
Yeah, because after he done visited everybody else, and then
no
he
one
left.
wants his.
He also left the Giants without a deal, so he's like, "Hey, look, Giants, I want to go there."
If I'm Carson Wentz, I'm staying with the Chiefs because if the best opportunity I get is backup, then I want to back up.
Why?
Patrick
They already
Mahomes
have two
and the
backup
Chiefs.
quarterbacks, though. They have Zappy, and they have the one that just signed with Dumont. Who is
yeah.
I mean,
so
Carson Wentz.
Like
I totally
QB.
didn't even think about or remember the Zappy thing. Yeah,
Well,
They
Carson
signed
Wentz
both of them.
with the
that is
Chiefs.
kind of wild.
Who did they just sign also not that long ago?
We have another guy. I forgot.
Yeah, they signed down. He was just
Mac Jones.
no Gardner Minshew.
Oh, Minshew.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
That's right.
Minshew?
Yeah, they signed
yeah,
Gardner
Minshew
Minshew to back
Writings
Mahomes.
on the wall. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
writings on the
how
wall.
bad.
Mahomes is having
Carson
to
Wentz
his
makes
numbers.
sense is because
We can't
the
have
Andy
this
Reid
guy
system.
as our backup. Okay, we got to bring in two other guys. Why would anybody in their
drafted by
right
Andy Reid.
minds consider Wentz after the writings thrown on the wall with Kansas
Who was drafted by
City?
Andy Reid?
We're gonna get two
Wasn't
other
he drafted
guys.
by Andy Reid's last year in Philly? Didn't Carson Wentz get drafted, or was that the year after?
I think that was the year after.
Yeah, because Carson was a top pick. Andy Reid was gone by then.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it was the very following year because that was 2013. I want to say. Oh no, Carson Wentz. My bad. I'm thinking of Nick Foles. I'm fucking that up. Nick Foles was drafted by Andy Reid.
Or
Well, Nick Foles and Carson Wentz played on the same team.
Yeah, but then also is the
Foles
Doug
was a rookie
Peterson
in, like,
correlation.
2012.
That's where I was fucking up with Carson Wentz, which is Doug Peterson is a disciple of Andy Reid there.
Shout out, Bake. Appreciate you, bro.
Shout out.
There it is. Yeah.
Oh, we got a box
revealing.
No.
We got a revealing live on camera.
Oh shit!
Let's go, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that.
Ooh,
Gin.
That's the hat.
Yeah.
Oh, fella.
Yeah, I got my shit
Damn.
coming.
Oh, my mama.
What's up?
You made it.
Yeah, I guess folks are getting their orders right now if you place them during the sale. So perfect.
Nice. Yeah, I gotta go.
Appreciate everybody, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got me a hat too.
Yeah. You were like, hey, did we get those things? I was like, man, I didn't even check. Let me make sure that all those products are up there.
Right? Appreciate you.
I have to get my kidda one next.
There you go.
Yeah.
I got to get kidda, and I have to get peacock shirt.
Yeah, once I get back to the crib, I'll shoot up some other designs specifically, hopefully for Vegas and stuff like that. We'll see what's up. Plenty of time.
And
Yeah, we got like 140 something or 150 days maybe to the T.
Yeah. And Rams general manager Les Snead believes wide receiver Devontae Adams will help take head coach Sean McVay's offense to the next level.
Yeah, I'd say. Even though he's 32-year-old Devontae Adams, he's a bad one.
You guys think he's an upgrade over Cooper Kupp?
Yeah.
I think
Cooper can block. Cooper, if it comes to like what he's killing Devontae in like blocking, but like Devontae route running
has the size advantage, and then
And Devontae is available, bro. Devontae played all
that is
17
true.
games.
Yeah,
Cooper Kupp was
that's
one of the
true.
best
Like
route
5
runners
games.
in the last decade. And
I mean,
he's
Cooper
size
Kupp
advantage.
was the Triple Crown, but that is the thing. It's the availability. I'm gonna go with what JD said.
Yeah.
I don't think it makes any difference.
I don't know. I mean,
It's not
Devontae Adams and Puka. That sounds crazier. Listen, I'm just gonna say it. Devontae Adams to me is the better receiver.
100%, and in the red zone, and what he provides in the red zone, the target that he provides in the red zone.
Because Cooper Kupp is also like best suited like in the slot, and you know what I mean. Like he's that's why I hate his landing spot with the he's gonna ruin. I feel like he's gonna ruin my JSNs or make JSN more volatile because he's gonna be out wide more. You know what I mean?
I don't think that Devontae Adams is just that much better, if at all.
Yeah. Well,
Who's chucking the rock in Seattle again?
Aaron,
It's
Sam Darnold.
Safe Space Sam.
Sammy
Oh.
Darnold. Now, the Jets head coach, Aaron Glenn, said they are looking for smart, tough, aggressive, and resilient players in this year's draft. That's what he wants to draft.
As opposed to all the slow, dumb
Yes.
idiot
Yeah.
players
Now-
that they've been drafting or what?
Yeah. Now, Bears GM Ryan Poles said the addition of offensive lineman Joe Tooney and Johan Jackson opens the whole board for their decision at number 10. Where do you guys think the Bears go at number 10?
They're probably hoping Genty falls.
Yeah,
Genty's going to be gone for the Raiders. It's 6.
If they don't get Genty, I think they go another offensive line and complete they wall of China.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Misery, the kid from Misery.
No. He's going dead.
He said no. He's going to the Bears. The Bears are taking a QB.
Now there was rumors out there on X just saying a contract extension between the Cowboys and Micah Parsons was done. Despite several rumors circling on X, they're not even close. They're saying meaningful talks haven't even begun between the two parties.
Damn.
So there's
Micah Parsons don't get fat.
Hey, what's the difference of annual between Garrett and Jamar Chase?
Okay, I just sent that to the thread a little earlier ago. Hold on.
Because Mike is going to be one of the ones that want to get right there where they at.
Jamar Chase is getting 40.2. Garrett's getting 40 million. Max Crosby 35.5, and CeeDee Lamb's getting 34.
Oh yeah,
You're gonna give him like 40.
Yeah, Micah gonna get up there, and Micah and Jamar Chase is the same age. Myles Garrett is like 29, 30.
Exactly.
Damn, that's so crazy how the numbers are getting crazy inflated. Like okay, y'all
The
remember
cap
when
keep going up too, though. It's a bigger product. The product gets bigger every year.
That's 100% right there, JD.
Exactly.
Because the NFL makes so much money. If these players don't end up making like contracts that the NBA and the MLB be giving out, then there's gonna be some fucking heads to roll.
I'm just saying, like, anyway,
these motherfuckers, they need their money because they're the ones that are supplying the entertainment value.
Here's my point. Like, okay, receivers, right? You got to go back to like now receivers. The highest receivers getting 40 million, right? And then the other guys are all getting 35, like Jefferson, all that. So he eclipsed them by 5 million, right? As far as
they kind of like short contracts though, like
but hold on, hear me out though. It always takes like a dumbass organization to like spike it up out of nowhere because most like when Houston traded away Nuke to Arizona, the highest paid receiver at the time was like 21 million. I think it was like OBJ. And then like they jumped them with the 27 million. They paid Nuke 27. You know what I mean? So but see, the market didn't catch up for a long time. It wasn't until like Tyreek and Devontae Adams, they're like, give me 30. And then
that was 3 years ago when Tyreek got their deal. So the cap goes up like every 2 years. You know what I mean? And then now we got streaming sites that's paying more than what the regular networks is to get in on the product. You know what I mean? And the product is worldwide, bro. The cap gonna go up every 2 to 3 years for sure. If we think about the first year free agency was either in 94 or 95, and whatever the cap was probably only a 100 million, 120 million. That bitch is what now?
It might be like 50 million.
Think of all the $300 million athletes that are out there between the MLB and the NBA.
It's a lot.
You can build a team with the $300 million athletes. If you combine them and you threw them on your NFL team, you'd have a full defense and a full offense.
You know what?
NFL has some catching up to do. They need to be paying.
We're giving Brock 60 million.
They need to be making some money. I know they don't pay a lot of. They don't play a lot of games, but the amount of revenue that the NFL generates it's up there with any other league.
I mean, I think
the athlete got to be paid. They got to get paid.
Yeah,
I'm on the
you know when they added.
I'm on the player side, not the owner
Yeah,
side.
100%. They generate too much revenue for the players to get a bare minimum. They
Like a
paid.
3-year deal with fucking $40 million a year and all that shit. Like, who fucking cares, dude?
And most of the
we got
organizations,
Shohei Ohtani over here signing a $750 million deal.
like everybody, all the teams, they got pissed at the Browns when they gave Watson $230 million guarantee. But now that's already 3 years ago, and now you got someone like Allen who's getting $250. You know,
360.
360, but the
Hey,
guarantee is
Peacock, did you see
$250.
this comment from Bakes? He
But
said,
hey,
let me know when you have time to make a Simpsons character.
Yeah, for sure. Send me a picture, Bakes. You got my number. Just send me a reference photo of something you kind of want. And let me know if you want any other elements in there, like, you're holding something in your hand, whatever, right? I can throw something in.
yeah, sick.
Well,
So I got to do Steamboat also. Sideshow Joe.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Now, the Jaguars could listen to trade offers for number 1 overall pick, Trevon Walker. Where would you think is a good landing spot if they trade him?
Jaguars.
The Jaguars trade him
Yeah,
back.
Jaguars.
I mean, I guess it would be the Commandos, because they just need the actual pass rushing, and they're going to be crazy.
Definitely not the Texans. We have way too many defensive linemen they signed this offseason. They have like 13 defensive linemen that they added to free agency.
That says a
Yeah,
lot,
it's
too, because they're like, Trevion Walker, we are never going to pay you here.
Either.
Yeah. They signed a bunch of guys on like small contract 1-year deals, and we're like, we're going to rotate you guys all season.
All right, teams that freed up some cap space was the Seahawks revised offensive linebacker Nwosu's contract for cap space.
Defensive,
the
he's
Dolphins,
the outside linebacker, yeah.
Dolphins did Austin Jackson's for cap space. The Saints did Cedric Willis, and the Texans restructured Titus Howard's contract. Yeah.
So they did that. They freed up $11 million, and then they signed Stingley to that huge extension. 3 years, $90 million.
Now, ESPN is rumored that wants to buy NFL Network, NFL Red Zone, and NFL Plus for $2 billion.
That's Disney.
That's because
There's no ESPN. That's Disney.
ESPN can't create their own content.
Exactly.
They're getting ESPN is getting a TNT show with Charles Barkley and Shaq and Kenny.
Yeah,
shit, hell yeah.
They can't. They can't produce their own content that's booming like that.
Yeah, I mean, look, they brought in Pat McAfee. They brought in Howard.
They licensed it on everything. They're trying to license that shit.
And
hey, ESPN, you can license our show.
Yeah, and
Let's go, baby.
Netflix is bringing back quarterback, and they're going to feature Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, and crazy Kirk Cousins.
Again,
Kirk Cousins has the best agent.
Yeah, that's the second time he's on the show.
Hey, he can't be on the show as a backup.
I mean, shit. Because they're gonna shoot at this season. There it is.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, you got to trade me. I got to be a starter.
Right.
I'm on the show.
I'm on the show. I need to be starting, bro.
You know what I mean?
You should go to Miami where Tua gets knocked out of at least for half a season every.
I guess they did. I know, right? Oh, that would be a good spot. Be a backup for Tua.
Yeah.
Actually, Peacock's Texans are bringing in Matthew Golden for a pre-visit workout for the draft.
Oh, wow, that'd be really good.
So he's been saying like forever since his college season ended that he wants to be a Houston Texan. Like he's like, come get me. He's doing the Tank Dell approach.
And the Broncos are bringing in the Ohio State Quinton Junkins for a top 30 visit. And
who's that?
I like Travion better than
Quinton Junkins.
I like Travion better.
What team he said? Denver, I think.
Denver's bringing him in, yeah. And the Patriots have shown incredible amount of interest in Missouri offensive tackle Ahmad Membu.
That would be
our guy.
Hey, kid, that's the second time he didn't hurt our feelings on the show about him.
Gibbs. I mean, shit.
You didn't hurt our feelings, Lee.
I guess there's no way that he'll ever fall to 11 to the Niners then.
I have seen a lot of mock drafts for you and Bogey that the San Francisco likes Will Campbell.
Also,
Scott,
That's another offensive tackle.
that's
There you
JD's call right there.
nah, the
Oh
Missouri
no, you're talking
kid.
about the linebacker Campbell.
go. Nah, man, Missouri is ours.
But I also seen a mock draft on the 49ers channel where they got us taking the D tackle out of Oregon.
Mm. We need D tackle. We have like none on the roster right now.
As long as we stay away from quarterback, I'll be okay.
I see that Aaron Rodgers is in the Steelers building. He's in
Uh-oh.
Pittsburgh.
Now,
Oh,
Kenneth,
shit.
they bring in a quarterback, and you got to drown a bottle of liquor and say, "Oh shit!" Yeah.
No. I ain't trying to kill myself.
When the Jets are on the clock and they pick a quarterback, I'm going to tell you, Steve, what you thinking? What you thinking?
They're not going to take a QB.
Hey, Banks said the Raiders is taking Campbell if he falls.
Man.
Well,
Damn, there's just no chance.
well, I thought the Raiders won Gentrick.
JT, yeah, I thought JT would be nice little Raiders addition.
I think the running back is where the Raiders go. I really do.
They have Sincere McCormick, man. They don't need to go anywhere.
Yeah, the seasoning.
Oh, sincerely, I suck.
No, he was good until he got injured. Well, he was decent. He was just a guy. He's a jag.
He ain't
Yeah.
the guy.
I mean, then it's like, where does McMillan go, right? I mean, Carolina, I guess. They needed
Just
a
off
number
of
one.
recency
McMillan
bias,
could go to the
they've been
I
taking
think the Seahawks get
playmakers.
him.
The Seahawks are way out of range, though. If Brett's
But
supposed
they
to be
have
like a
him
top
falling.
15
They
pick,
have him falling in a lot of
Okay.
mock drafts.
I can see that too.
Who?
McMillan falling just because of the needs of a lot of these teams when it comes to offensive line and
Yeah, I seen McMullen fall to the motherfucking Cowboys. That is
McMillan
Far
is
as
falling
25,
because
exactly.
a lot of the stuff that I've been paying attention to, they watched the film with him and Colorado State when he went up against Colorado and
against Travis Hunter.
The cornerback wide receiver.
Yeah,
got
Travis
dominated.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. Hunter kind of like he gave up the touchdown, but it was a 2-yard like
Quick out.
and then just like he grabbed it. But he held him to 9 yards that game. 9 yards. So
that's some glaring film that everyone saw.
The idea is that he might not be ready to go up against NFL caliber competition. He might not be able to win against anybody that's actually good. With against the teams that didn't have NFL caliber cornerbacks, he did really good. But if he faced anybody that was
you think he's best suited as a number 2 in the NFL?
Yeah, I think
so
that's
with the Cowboys spot. I can see Jerry Jones doing that. We need to get high power, Dak.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I would sign off on that.
And you know what's crazy too? If McMillan lands with the Cowboys somehow, you'll be able to flip McMillan to one of those crazy Cowboy league mates that you got, and they'll pay up.
Oh yeah, they would.
They're gonna do it.
I don't. The more that I go and watch film on McMillan and then the Tyler Warren, the less I want the Jets to do anything with him. I want them to go straight for that fucking Missouri kid. If that Missouri kid is on the fucking board and the Jets don't take him, I'm going to be throwing my head down going like, God damn it, you fucked up. You got to get that guy some time.
Is this still Woody Johnson?
Make sure your girlfriend tapes it. I got to see
Or not Woody
this.
Johnson. What's
Woody
Joe
Johnson?
Douglas?
They fired his ass.
Who's the GM over there?
It's a
They
new
fired
GM.
him during the season after they fired Salah. They fired
That's
the
right.
GM, I think.
Yeah, they cleaned house.
The GM is a first-year guy. I don't. I don't know off the top of my head, but yeah,
Watch.
they
Watch, he came from the
reworked the
Niners.
whole fucking thing.
They poach everyone from the Niners, even our front office.
Travis Hunter is not the best cornerback in the draft. That could be a true story. I think whichever team drafts Travis Hunter is allured by the dual threat that he possesses.
Oh, Doyle rules.
Because he is a pretty good route runner, and he's actually pretty good at cornerback. Like I was just referencing, he went head to head with the quote unquote the best wide receiver in this draft class and dominated him and held him 9 yards. That's pretty impressive.
So where do you, realistically, if he ends up with the
he's
Browns,
going to the Patriots.
okay, he ends up with the
Travis
Patriots.
Hunter?
Hey, I think Travis Hunter, bro,
Travis Hunter's a Patriot.
With the ball skills that Travis Hunter presents or brings to the table, and if he just played strictly corner, bro, he probably would be a top 5 corner within the next 2 to 3 years, bro. 100%, because he got too much action when the ball's coming his way to take that motherfucker just based on the way he played wide receiver. 100%.
I was about to say Richard Sherman was a receiver converted to cornerback.
If he strictly just played corner going into the NFL, that motherfucking potential is through the roof. 100%, bro.
Yeah, I fuck with it.
Yeah, the Will Johnson thing. I mean, I'm not very familiar with the guy actually, so I don't know.
That's the other.
I know.
They got him a top 10.
Bates follows college football, and he knows more than I do. Johnson, I don't know really who he is. But I do know Travis Hunter. He's gone up against some high profile receivers and kind of held them to nothing. He's not a bad defender, and then we all know his receiving profile. If he was strictly a receiver full time, he could probably be the number 1 receiver off the board. Number 2, but that's just kind of not where he's gone. He's in that conversation, but if as of now, the NFL sees him more on the defensive side of the ball than the offensive side of the ball.
Because you know why? Because that's going to be cheaper.
Yeah. With the information that we just got from Lee, the highest defensive players are defensive ends, and the highest offensive players are wide receiver outside of the quarterback position.
Yeah, I mean, if they view him as a corner, we just seen Stingley get $30 million. So he just Stingley
put some respect on his
That's
neck.
like the 7th or 8th wide receiver, or maybe
where was Derek Stingley when he got the news of the extension? Working out in the Texans locker room with his teammates.
The grit don't quit, baby.
That's right.
That's right. What did he do to go celebrate?
Like a bee.
I was gonna say, what did he do to go celebrate? He went to go eat some crawfish.
Let's go.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm not mad at crawfish.
I want
a lot of work.
Crawfish.
It's just a lot of work.
I want the biggest bucket you can give me.
I went to eat seafood last night, and my kids did like crab, and they were having like the hardest time of their life. And I was just like, nah, I'm lazy tonight. I'm gonna do a shrimp po' boy.
Let's go.
That's usually
I'm
where
even
going
lazier.
to.
I'm straight sushi. I'm like, oh, there it is.
Here it is. Already. Let's
no shells.
All right. The Chicago Bears just agreed to a 1-year deal with Devin Duvernay.
Oh, Duvernay.
All right.
So that's a
return man
return
extraordinaire.
Yeah. He
Frenchman, Devin Duvernay.
he's really good returning.
That's the boy from Baltimore.
Yeah.
He had some big games on offense too. Whenever like Hollywood was hurt too. Like remember Duvernay was kind of like a plug and play guy. Pause. But yeah, great for the return game because when it comes to like, I mean, remember Detroit, their culture, they always had who they had fucking Wiz Khalifa Raymond and fucking
Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, they always had goddamn some burners at things. So you know what I mean? Yeah, Devin Duvernay fits right in.
Wiz Khalifa Raven.
Oh,
If we could get Wiz Khalifa and Smokey the Bear, you can only keep it lit. We'll be viral. Mama boy.
we need the Smokey the Bear with hell of them though too, like Wiz Khalifa, Tommy Chong, Woody Nelson,
Snoop,
Method
Man, Red Man.
Man, and Red Man. Fucking throw Bogart Scott Free in there. You just
Come on now.
only you can keep it lit.
Can be done.
Did you say the OG, the country
Ricky
singer?
Williams. You got to throw Ricky in there.
Top facts. What's the OG country singer that be blowing?
Yeah, Woody Nelson. We got him in there.
All right. As of 7 minutes ago,
Willie Nelson. My bad, Willie Nelson.
Okay, as of 7 minutes ago, Aaron Rodgers is at the Steelers facility, and that a deal could be on the way.
Oh yeah, I think Peacock was trying to bring that up earlier.
Yeah, I saw in the rumor mill that he was in the building.
Yep.
Hey,
right when I'm here to see Mike.
Hey, right when Aaron Rodgers signed, I'm gonna be one of them that hit that trade block button is immediately.
Yeah, I got him in the league too. I gotta post him. Actually, put him up there right now.
Somebody that you know what I would do too?
I traded Rodgers for Penix last year.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
What's up?
Yeah.
Hey,
that was in the building.
It was a package deal. Wasn't it like a package deal? I think there was multiple players on both sides, right?
So we possibly could have a signing probably today. Or a decision.
I hope so. Gee.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Aaron Rodgers, I like this spot a lot for my DK.
Unless he's going to go into the darkness for the weekend.
He probably just came up out the darkness.
Yeah, I think he's ready to go, bro. He's not trying to end his career the way that he just did.
He wants to go out in a different way.
And I'm gonna go back to what I said from the beginning. It's no disrespect to the Vikings because they got Brian Flores there and a great defense. But like, I just feel like if you're Aaron Rodgers, you're gonna look to Mike Tomlin and them and be like, this is my actual chance here at one more go at it. You know what I mean? Because Mike Tomlin just never had a losing record, so it's hard to not. You know what I mean? It's funny because I shout out to my man K Dog from New Orleans. He was like, nah. He's like, Mike Tomlin has the career, especially as of late, as of mediocrity. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, I can't. It's hard to argue that.
What would you put the win total at for Pittsburgh if it is Rodgers?
I mean, 10 wins.
10.
Yeah.
Well, we know it's all usually.
Yeah, I mean, but see,
10.
9 wins, and at least they still accomplished the never losing season, right? If you're Mike Tomlin. So I'll put them at 9.5 if I was to go under over. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think they would go over. I think they're good for 10 wins with Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be like when we saw him with the Jets last year. He's slinging it at the end of the year because they're playing from behind a lot. But like this is going to be a more controlled environment. You know what I mean? Like, and we might see a more efficient Aaron Rodgers, like we seen
the less
90% of his
interceptions.
career.
The interception, yeah, less of the interceptions, yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
My bad. Banks said you should watch how Travis Hunter gets toasted by Alec Manor from Stanford. The kid is 6'2" and Hunter is 6'1". Makes me feel like he isn't going to be able to hang when it comes to the league. Now, was that one play, or did he?
No, that was a whole game. No, it was a whole game. That was 13 catches for nearly 300 yards.
Oh,
they found a matchup they liked and exploited it.
A lot of like I'm just telling you that Alec Manor is a guy to watch. Whatever team he gets put on, if it is wide receiver needy, he's a fucking sleeper pick. Nobody's talking about this kid, but the kid from Stanford, he's a billion times better than Michael Wilson, and Michael Wilson is a guy in the league right now, and this Manor guy he's legit.
Yeah, they say he's a true X receiver.
Yeah, he
He could put up
I see
300
the
in a
watching the
game.
damn
highlights
near
right now.
300 yards against Travis Hunter. So that's all you really need to know. He had a pretty good year. I think he topped out at like 1,400 with them. So
So you think he's like a second? You think he falls to the second round? Because I feel like then that's where the Raiders would target. If
I
they
don't
were to
know
go
who's
like,
targeting
if they're
him.
just
I don't know who's targeting him. He's not
Oh
getting
yeah,
a lot
I'm watching it right now. He just hit for a 90-yarder in this game.
Yeah, he's a guy. It's just Stanford. You know, nobody takes that team seriously in terms of prospects. But the guy he can go up against elite competition like Hunter and throw out some of his best stuff. 13 catches, 300 yards. That was
okay. We
probably,
trade away Ayuk and then we draft this kid. Is that what you're telling me?
Probably should.
yeah.
We're fully aware of the kid.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? He's local.
And you could do that. That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, free up a lot of money.
Yeah. That would not be
We're about to pay the Brock
I think they're talking
the
about
bag.
people.
Yeah.
Okay, who would want to take on Ayuk's contract?
The
I
Cowboys.
can see the Patriots.
The Cowboys. Oh yeah, the Patriots. They got hella money, and they got a young QB.
Yeah. So if they can load up on positions of need and then draft a position of need, all of a sudden the Patriots are right back in it.
Mike Vrabel, he's a good coach.
Yep.
They got a quarterback. Drake May is a quarterback. I like Drake May.
Justin Herbert 2.0.
Justin Herbert 2.0.
Indeed.
See, it's takes like that that make me mad that I don't have at least a share of Drake May.
I told you.
I know, and you know what it is in this last little wave of leagues we were doing. He was going at fairly priced, but he was definitely at the back end.
JD
of the
took him. JD took him in that league. I was like,
JD's high.
fourth round.
JD's high on May.
I'm about to go take Aaron Rodgers and something else and try to go get Drake May right now.
Let's go.
No.
JD, how many May shares do you have? Like 2 or 3?
2 of them in the new leagues.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
yeah.
Yeah, you kind of sniped me on 2 of them. I was like, God damn.
You know what's the most surprising for me is the rushing upside that he showed. I was like, oh man, this guy is actually running away and breaking tackles and getting big
Not quite
gains
a
with his
stallion.
legs. Yeah. Well, no, not necessarily the
He's
stallion.
like a lamb.
No, not the stallion.
Yeah,
He
no,
put some
not
work
quite
in
a
against
stallion,
him.
but but it is kind of Justin Herbert-esque though, because Justin Herbert can get off on his legs. I mean,
Exactly. When
he's a fucking gazelle.
when it's open and for him to take off, he's gonna take it. But the stallion, he's lower his shoulder. There are not a lot of linebackers that are stopping Josh Allen.
Yeah, it's kind of Cam Newton-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna call his own number. We down here.
Yeah, and Lamar is an anomaly. Nobody's like Lamar.
He has the Predator, the invisibility cloak.
He's just really, really fast. Like
just-
Jalen Milroe
Then
ran
he's
a
over here.
4.37. Jalen Milroe running that 4.37 really puts him in that conversation of, oh, is this guy the next Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, because then they're gonna view him like, all right, all we have to do
He's
is
the
develop
fastest
him
man
as
on
a
the field.
passer.
He's the fast. That's what we always talk about when it comes to Lamar. He's the fastest man on the field. No, ain't no DB, no safety. If Lamar is in full stride and running with the ball, you're not catching up.
That's true.
Getting him before he gets to gets the full stride is a different story. But Lamar Jackson is usually the most athletic guy on the football field, and he's a quarterback. That's pretty wild.
Elusive in the pocket. Can't get hands on him. He's hard to sack, you know.
I hate
He's
him.
the least sacked quarterback in the NFL last year.
He kind of I know that playoff situations count for the season, but there's no reason why he shouldn't have won that MVP last year.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. The Josh Allen had a hell of a year though.
Yeah, he did. And
It was down to them two.
He got to the title game.
I think they just gave it to the season one.
Remember, we were saying it when we were covering that game, the Ravens Bills game, when we were saying like, you know, this is basically the MVP.
The MVP game, yeah.
Yeah, the winning team gets the MVP. The quarterback gets the MVP.
I mean, so at minimum, you know what I mean? And it would have been a shoo-in if he went to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Dang, he was like, that is kind of crazy too. Because then, I still remember that game. We had Derek on, and then he was like, "We're getting plus money on the live bet for the Chiefs," and I just kind of like,
oh yeah, that's right.
I was like, "We should bet that." He's like, "We should." He goes back and he's like, "Oh, they locked it out." Like
they locked it up, yeah.
Because it was just like,
good money, dude.
well, I would have loved to lose $100 if I was wrong there, but it was like, you know, because I hate the Chiefs, but you know what I mean. I had the whole thing like the Chiefs are gonna go in and just win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then they lost in tremendous fashion in the chip. It's kind of crazy. They got like an absolute shellacking. It's kind of refreshing because they were an ugly team all year anyway. Like,
yeah,
hindsight.
I think it was like 40-6 before Mahomes threw his first team year. So they scored their first touchdown.
To old Nuke.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, he had a great Super Bowl.
Yeah. He did it for the experience. He did it for his moms.
Actually, they were mounting that. They're kind of starting to like mount some momentum, and then he dropped that wide open pass, and that killed everything.
Yeah, we almost, you know, there was a little bit of, you know, like, okay, can Mahomes do this?
Yeah, there was still some hope left late in the game, and I think after Nuke dropped that wide open pass in the middle of the field, it was over.
Out of all the hands to drop it to was Nuke.
Didn't he just sign? He signed with somebody?
Yeah.
Oh, with the Ravens.
Yeah, with the Ravens.
There you go. Mediocre signing of the week right there.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like the Des Bryant signing they did a couple of years back.
For real.
Oh wow, Des Bryant and the Ravens. I didn't even.
Exactly.
He caught it.
He could have slid that past me.
I don't remember that, big bro. Oh,
yeah.
Des was on the Ravens.
And he caught a touchdown in the playoffs. He threw the X up and everything.
Yeah, he did.
damn,
They
that's
lost.
crazy. I can't picture that.
That was definitely before Lamar ever got his first playoff win, because he was like a one and done guy for the first two appearances.
That was Dez's swan song. Like he was out after that, I think.
Yeah, because what was Dez coming back from, like an ACL, like in, you know, like late in his career? I forget what it was. It was something bad.
I think it was an injury.
Yeah, I think there was.
Then for a while there, he started trying to do the fantasy, like this little. Remember, he had the little white kid.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
He was like, yeah, he was back in his land. And then Twitter, fantasy Twitter, tore that little white kid up.
Ended
Poor
it.
kid.
Dez throwing up the excuses. What I used to say.
He was full.
When the Cowboys would lose. It's like, what is it this time? Is it the refs? Is it the quarterback? It's Jerry Jones' fault.
I was reaching for the goal line.
He caught it, supposedly.
I remember, though.
Oh, that was the game against the Packers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was against the Packers.
The Packers always ended the Cowboys in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't lying. Remember when they kicked the Dak's rookie year? They're the 1 seed or the 2 seed. So they're coming off the bye week here, and then here they're hosting Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, and then they get into overtime. And it was like an incredible drive for Jared Cook to get him into like field goal position.
Yeah, he had that sliding, diving, kneeling catch on the sideline or whatever.
And then so then they kicked the field goal, and it's funny because like the Cowboy fans were like, yeah, everyone in the stands was like, they said they were blowing or something. Because I think their kicker missed to tie it. I guess I forget what it was. It was something stupid. I was like, "Are you serious?" They said all the Packer fans. There were so many Packer fans that they blew the ball off the fucking field goal.
Yeah, there you go. They created the wind effect in the stadium and the dome.
I mean, see, have more fans. Don't allow them. The Niner, whenever we finally hosted a playoff game in Levi's, we made sure it was a red out. You know what I mean? Like we weren't really allowing, like that was like the word with all the season ticket holders and everyone like don't sell it to the away team. You know what I mean? It's like we knew.
People will do it anyway.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Especially season ticket holders.
Especially if the tickets is going for crazy money.
Yeah, you ain't lying. But it was definitely a red out than a motherfucker. Like the Red Sea.
It was a crimson out.
Yes. I like that. We're going with that.
Red crimson.
You know why they call it crimson? Because it looks black under the moonlight.
Ooh.
And I mean like blood. That's some Hannibal shit. Y'all ever fuck with that series? The Hannibal series is pretty good.
Yeah, I know about it. I never really got into it.
It expands the Hannibal.
I saw all the movies, right? Like there was, I think, maybe like 4 movies in the Silence of the Lamb kind of.
Yeah, and the same dude did them all too, I think. Well, at least they were all the same writer wrote all the books. That's just.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. There was like Red Dragon.
Yeah, it was like Red Dragon. Then
Silence of the Lambs 1, 2, and 3.
Before they did Red Dragon, they did another take on it. It was called Manhunter.
Ah, and then they did the one where he was young. I think it was just called Hannibal.
Yeah,
where they show where they show him growing up, and then they cook his sister or whatever. I don't remember.
Yeah, they eat his. And then they're like, "You ate her too." He's like, "Oh."
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he absolutely murks all of them.
Yeah, he goes all samurai sword shit later on. He like staying with that Japanese chick.
Yeah, but that's the reason why they put that in the origin too, is because then it makes sense when you go, because that was a prequel. Because then when you go, because he he would host these elaborate dinner parties and then serve people. You know what I mean?
Ray Liotta's brain.
Right. And he was like, "Be quiet. It's rude. We have guests."
He feeds it to him while his head's open.
He fed him his own brain up.
Yeah, that's wild.
Steering other thing.
I made my wife watch all those movies with me.
Hey, the Hannibal went crazy. That was a good one.
Yeah, that one and Red Dragon are and then I like the one with Edward Norton also.
Yeah,
I think that's part 3.
Red Dragon.
Yeah, that's Red Dragon. Okay, that's Red Dragon.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that one was good.
That's a damn good.
It's like Silence of the Lamb-esque.
Yeah, that one's with Ralph Fiennes is the bad guy.
Yeah,
the actor.
They got them all yoked up in there.
Yeah, he has that big tattoo and he has the false teeth and he kind of falls for the blind chick.
This is the trans. Yeah, because she sees him for who he really is, but she can't see him like this. You know what I mean? Yeah, because and then he just got dead bodies in the motherfucker. She just wake up there. Oh, man. That was kind of sad though when he murked himself and she just all the blood splatters on her.
Yeah, that's messed up. I forgot about that.
And she's feeling his face. Oh no!
The house is burning down.
Yeah, the house was on fire.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, but it's over 20 years.
Yeah, it's what is it? The time of what do you call that?
It's a statute of limitation.
There you go. Thank you very much. I should have known that. I only had one cup of coffee this morning.
You know what I mean? When you're from the hood, we're all pre-law. You know what I mean?
Facts. Everything.
Nah, you can't do that, bro. That's 5 to 10.
Oh no.
Motherfuckers enough.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, guys. I'm gonna head out with the family. We have things planned. We got strawberry farms and stuff and whatnot. It was cool chilling with y'all. Good to see y'all again.
100%, big bro.
And I
Shout
recommend
out
like a thing of Cool Whip after. You know what I mean? Cool
I'm
Whip
gonna
and
be
the strawberries, fire.
I'm gonna head out around Houston, see if I can run into any Texans and get a picture. You never know.
There
I
you
was
go.
looking. I had my eyes open at the rodeo. Trust me.
Hey, you know what I
That's
mean?
right.
All right,
Fish would
fellas.
have been there.
Y'all have a good rest of the show. I'll be tapping in.
In a minute, big bro.
Yo, Peacock.
Appreciate you.
There you go.
NeonPeacockMerch.com, everybody. Our current sale, I think, ends on the 22nd. So everyone go.
Still time. Still time. All right. Peace, y'all.
In a minute.
Hey, Bogey, your boy Steph Curry has no structural damage in his pelvis.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I know we were kind of heating up there too.
Yeah, you guys were kind of rolling.
No structural damage. So that means like he's still fucked up for a minute.
Yeah.
He's not built like, you know, like during that time in the league, all the fools were all monsters and shit. And then he comes like 6'2", fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they say he's gonna miss 3 or 4 games.
Oh, that's not bad.
No.
Let's go. I like it when we're the underdogs. When's the last time we won it? 22?
Yeah, you beat my Celtics.
So. they beat your Celtics, huh?
And my Celtics just got sold for the biggest thing in franchise all franchise sports, $6.1 billion.
I seen that.
It's not too late to be a Patriots fan, Lee.
Oh, yeah. I don't bleed blue, red, and white. Red, white, and blue.
You don't get him started. He's the Massachusetts kid that hates the Patriots.
Trust me, I'll do anything. I used to re-gift my Patriot jerseys. I got
Hey, you remember Turn Up the Jets, Joe, JD?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, same thing with him. He was from the heart of New England. He was from Massachusetts, straight up, and he was a Jets fan. His whole family, his parents, his sisters, brothers, everybody's all Patriots. He's a Jets fan.
Oh man,
They make him go in the basement. He said back in the days when he was growing up, they'd make him go in the basement when they're all watching the game on Sunday. Like,
oh wow!
They're like, go watch your Jets game down there. Stop jinxing us.
They can take their 6 rings and shove them far up their candy ass for all I care.
Yeah. So when I first met Lee,
Come
I was
be
like,
a
I know
Jets
a guy
fan.
like you. Just
Come
a
be a
straight
Jets
asshole
fan,
who
like
hates the
most-
Patriots.
Like most of the other New
I'm a
Englanders.
true asshole, but hates the Pats.
A true masshole. You is a fool, bro.
Yeah, man. Shout out to like my man Matty Law, diehard Patriots and true to life masshole. You know what I mean? He'll have, you know, the Brady is the GOAT conversation goes nowhere with him. I mean, it's certified.
Yeah,
Brady is the GOAT to him.
It's already stamped.
Yeah, he's probably like turning 30 now because he was my young bull back in the days. But I mean, actually, he's definitely over 30 now. But what is it called? Yeah, so all he knew was Brady. You know what I mean? And he was. I used to get on his helmet too, like, oh, so what you like a semi Buccaneers fan now? He's like, nah, man. But then he was on Mac Jones as the GOAT. He was like, Mac Jones is the next guy.
No,
bro.
I was
Okay.
there. I was in Massachusetts for all those glory years, and I couldn't stand it. Everywhere you go, it's Patriots this, Patriots
Well, you're a
that.
Chargers fan, so you
Yeah,
know.
I don't give a rat's ruck.
I love it when he I love the way he cusses. He gives a rat's rut. He be hitting us with some old English. He be hitting us with some old English shit. Like what did he say? He was like he's making noise like a. What did you say? It was in a thread. He was like he was yelling like a canary something. Or what'd you say? He was like. I was like, yo, he got the old English phrases.
My
He
isms.
was yelling like a canary.
My isms.
That's right.
Hey, we love your isms. Let's go. He got the woo wops. He got his own woo wops.
Hit it. What we chowing down on right now, buddy? Ham and cheese. Ooh.
It's kind of like a club sandwich. I got
Nice.
you got the 1, 2, 3, or
yeah.
I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, and then you throw the meat and the cheese and the pickles and all that shit in between.
And then you got yourself a kidda burger.
Little kidda, club kidda.
Club kidda.
See, I remember there was a time period, right, where like my man's he did like food truck shit. You know what I'm saying? And he did work with him. You know what I mean? He made some money, but it got too. At one point, like he had a actual day job as well. So then, you know what I'm saying? So at one point he's like, "Hey, bro, you want to buy my truck?" You know what I mean? Because I'll be doing all the at the time on Instagram for like 10 years on Instagram. I was just the cooking motherfucker. You know what I mean? I'll just always show little cooking videos and shit. And then I was like, yo. So I started thinking about like, okay, if I open the truck, and I was literally gonna rip off the movie Chef. Y'all ever seen that movie Chef?
No, I never seen that, bro.
It's like John Leguizamo and I forget the other dude, but he has a food truck, but they only have certain like 2 or 3 items. So it's just like, so you pull up, you like for example, I'll be like jambalaya and like fucking maybe like some pull boys, like some shrimp pull boys. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers will line up for that shit. And that's all you got too. Boom. So it's real simple. You know what I mean? Then, you know what I mean? Maybe the other day I got say the weather's shitty. Boom. Have some bowl of chili with fucking bread bowls of chili or fucking clam chowder or goddamn even some pho. You know what I mean? Because the motherfucker sees some pho in the truck, be like, fuck shit, I got some pho right now. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
Because see, at the time too, though, it was like a food truck war down in the Bay. Like just you know what I'm talking about. Even out here, you see a gang of them. You know what I mean? Like motherfuckers just, you'll have some other shit. Like you got some food trucks that's more fire than these restaurants. You know what I mean? But yeah, in that movie, that's all they did. So they go to different regions and then have fucking the items, to the region type of shit. You know what I mean? But me, I only cook like my menu's not that vast. You know what I mean? Like I'll try new shit and cook new shit because that's easy, just follow the recipe. You know what I mean? But the shit that I like to cook is like simple. Like chili. I cook chili all the time. You know what I mean? My chili's fire too. But you know what I'm saying? You can do so much with chili. So if one day you just had chili, you got chili cheese fries, chili cheese dogs, you know what I mean? Chili in a bread bowl or some shit. All of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And in Tech Central, you just got all these motherfuckers that goddamn, you got like dozens of trucks everywhere. You feel me? They just pull up on the businesses. All them campuses.
Yeah, that's good.
I think that might be him.
Let's go.
No, we have a lot of food trucks that come around this neighborhood now. It's kind of nice. But I'm like, and then I see this ice cream truck that comes around every single day. I'm like, God damn, don't do that to me. I'm lactose intolerant. I can't do that shit.
Hey, so wait, hold on. You're lactose intolerant, but you'll still do it though.
I can't, man. I'm not doing that to the wife. I sit to her, build me an outhouse in the back, and be all set.
Damn.
I ain't bashful. I'm letting them loose. Fuck that.
Oh, I can't, man. I'll kill myself.
That's real love. He's not killing damn.
Hey, it hurt when you hold it in, huh, big bro?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I always say,
The ones that hurt, man.
this is how you know I'm alive and healthy.
Hey, Robert, what's up, my friend? Rush Prime, that's my boy, Robert.
What's
He's
up? What's up, Prime?
He's a Bills fan. He loves his Bills. He loves his Chicago Bears. And when we draft, I know the boys he likes, and he knows the boys I like. So it kind of sucks.
The Bears and the Bills.
He's a Bears Fan.
I know, that's not unheard of though. I know a bunch of dual team guys. You know what I mean?
Robert, we're gonna have to get you. We're gonna have to get you in a GWN Dynasty League. You'd love it.
Yeah, there you go.
No,
yeah, we got 3 spots we got 3 spots left. I got a bunch of maybes, so I haven't really promoted.
He's a Bears, but Bills is his main team though. He lives in New York area. So yeah, he's a Bills fan.
Yeah. It's a good time to be a Bills fan.
That's why I always try to take the Bills.
You just get over the hump.
I know the MLB is already officially kickstarted, but we're really only 6 days away from opening day for everybody else. That's I'm really excited about that. The 27th. So
What's
the
that?
27th is the big day. 27th is when all the teams
next.
That's
Saturday,
Thursday.
Wednesday,
Next
Thursday.
Thursday.
Oh yeah, that's right. It always kicks off on the opening days on Thursday.
Yeah.
Tight.
Yeah. So
Yeah, because
this.
what's been going on in spring training?
Yeah, we're still in spring training. We got spring training games until this
Till
weekend.
This weekend, yeah, till the baseball starts. I
And
gotta figure
then-
out with Diamond Joe when we gotta do shows. And
Yeah.
yeah, we gotta figure that out.
Yeah,
'Cause
so what's the week like?
Yeah, once or twice a week.
What
Yeah, once or
starts
twice a week,
Thursday?
yeah.
So what starts the week on? Is it Sunday to Sunday?
It's-
Like how does it,
I'd have to look at this when the schedule starts. Hold on.
like how does week one like start?
So basically, when the when the MLB season starts, that's 180 days.
Okay.
So it's 180 days straight. We got games for 180 days.
Let's
Each
go.
team only got 162, but that you throw the bye days in between. But there's never a day where there's no baseball.
Okay,
So
no,
it's
but I'm saying like
180 days.
as far as the fantasy structure goes, like when you're playing your opponent, like how does that week from what day
It
to
goes
what?
It goes Sunday to Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
In this case,
It depends
Thursday
on
or
the
Sunday.
format too, though, right?
yeah. Sometimes it's Sunday to Saturday night, or
That's what I was gonna say because it has to start over probably on Sunday.
yeah,
Well,
Oh, there you go.
March 27th opening day, so
yeah. That's a Thursday.
yeah.
So we already got the two games between the Dodgers and the Cubs, and
Yeah,
then
and
we're
I
gonna
forgot to
mix
set
in.
my lineups. God damn it! I didn't think those two counted in fantasy.
Yeah, you always got to activate the guys that are playing when
Yeah,
there's only
man.
2 games or 1 game really.
Yeah.
And that was an actual game that counted.
Yeah.
2
So,
games.
2 games,
Two
but
games.
I think the week 1 will be a week and a half because you got those games that start on a Thursday and then I don't know, 10 days. Yeah.
The Dodgers catcher is looking like he's the best hitter in the league right now.
And he's a catcher.
Yeah, no, it's just Cap. It's Will
It's just
Smith.
Will Smith.
Will Smith has the most
Hits.
points for an
Points.
offensive player right now.
Oh yeah. I get
Until
it.
until Shohei starts going off.
Well, Shohei is number 2, I think.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yep.
So they're getting their money's worth so far as whoever drafted them.
Yeah. Kid, did you who got Shohei? You did?
No, it was the second pick.
Oh,
It went Aaron Judge and then Shohei.
Yeah, oh yeah, because Philip took Aaron Rodgers. He's a Yankees fan.
Yeah,
Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge is a Yankee fan.
Yeah, I ended up getting. I was happy with Bobby Witt Jr. I was like,
That's
holy
a
shit, I
solid-
got Bobby
that's
Witt
a
Jr.
damn
as the
good-
6th pick. I was like, okay.
That's an MVP pick right for me.
Yeah, I was like, nice. Somebody wanted
What were you picking at
Ellie.
as well?
Somebody picked Ellie before Bobby Witt Jr.
Oh, that was Cornell. Ellie, he's hot. He loves Ellie.
I don't know why he strikes out 200 times a year. He's the stolen base leader, and he can hit 30 home runs, but he strikes out 200 times a year.
What's the average like home run total? Like for like a top 5 pick in fantasy.
Top 5.
40 to 50.
40
Yeah.
to 50.
40 to 50. I forget
we're-
who my first
Well,
round
see,
pick was.
I got Anthony Santander, who hit 44 bombs last year, and I got him in like the 6th or 7th round.
Oh, Juan Soto was my first round pick. I forgot.
Yeah, he was second in MVP voting for the National League.
Badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hits. He gets on base. So baseball is about on base percentage more than like batting average or anything else. You want to get on base. So Soto has a good eye. He controls the strike zone. He's not afraid to lay off a pitch that's an inch outside the strike zone and take a walk. And in fantasy, that's valuable too.
Oh, you got
Yeah,
Otani
because
the
you're getting on
pitcher.
base.
You got Otani the pitcher, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of late-ish, and I felt like it was worth the risk.
No, you got
and I got Brandon Woodruff. So I've got Woodruff
his...
and Otani on the IL right now. But when those guys get activated, I've got some serious.
Yeah, Kid's got a nice team.
You got a bullpen.
Yeah.
He's got a good team. He's got a solid team. He's got Logan Webb on his team for the Giants.
Nice.
Yeah, I got 3 Giants players on my team.
Yeah, I got Webb and Chapman.
I think I ended up doing. I got Willie Adames. I got Willie.
Oh, it's my cousin.
Yeah, Robbie Ray, and I got who else in the Giants? And Justin Verlander.
Wow, I forgot he was on the Giants.
Yeah, that's crazy. He's been around for a long time.
He's 42 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's bruh. That's crazy though too.
He's the oldest man in MLB right now.
He is. He's an old fart. He's an old
42. Fart. That's right. Back in the day, you used to get motherfuckers getting to like 45, huh?
LeBron is the oldest in the NBA. Verlander is the oldest in the MLB. What's the other one? NHL. It's a goalie, right? The goalie is 44.
Well, it looks like Wayne Gretzky's record's going to be going down pretty soon too.
Word.
His goals,
scoring record?
Yeah, Ovechkin's 7 goals away from breaking his record.
Oh shit!
I don't even know who that guy is. That's crazy. I don't pay attention to no hockey.
He's like from Washington.
Who you say?
Yeah, he plays for Washington. Correct. Jenny knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, he's 7 away from breaking Gretzky's scoring record in goals.
Is he a Russian?
I never thought that would be broken. I never thought that would be broken, to be honest with you. I thought the great one would keep that one for a while, but nope.
What like is it a single season scoring record?
I think
career.
Career. Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
career
Russian.
woo-wop. I know who Wayne Gretzky is. Everybody knows that name.
Yeah, come on.
But
the great
Ovechkin, I don't know nothing about that fool. Couldn't tell you his team that drafted him. Couldn't tell you nothing. At least I know with Gretzky, he played with Kings, right? For a little while.
He played he played for Edmonton. Yeah. That was where he started it all up. Yeah,
yeah, he's the Canadian.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is the oldest active QB.
He's the oldest active NFL player.
And then it's
Gretzky's record is 1,487 goals in his career.
Damn.
And Ovechkin's now at 1,479, so he's 8 away.
How many? Oh, and hockey just started.
Yeah, hockey's almost over, bro.
Shit, that's right. Because
it's
like May or whatever. June.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
Yeah, they line up with the NBA pretty good.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's right. Many a times at the Hooters watching NBA playoffs and then fucking
NHL.
The Sharks was in it like hella years ago, like 11 years ago. Hooters wings is hella good. I ain't gonna lie.
Hooters is. I think the last time I heard about Hooters is that they talking about shutting the doors.
Yeah, a bunch of them closed down.
Oh man, they released JFK's freaking autopsy photos. Oh, I can't look at that, man. Sorry.
Hey, did you on your Hooters wings? Did you like the sauce or was you just the regular wings?
So I like
the sauce.
I like the traditional buffalo joints, and then I like the Parmesan garlic with fire over there.
I was just a plain straight up regular fry wings from Hooters.
I didn't need no sauce either. Yo.
And what I would do too sometimes, well, actually most of the times, I would get the red sauce on the side, because then I like the crispy nature of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because that sauce was more vinegary than anything.
That's why I like it, because I'm Filipino.
All right, here it is. It says there's an agreement that can be reached today with Aaron Rodgers.
Let's go.
Yeah, he's in the building.
Pittsburgh has kept its offer open to it's possible an agreement is reached sometime today or in the next few hours.
Yeah, I think if he's in the building, that shit should get done.
So we ain't going on
Yeah,
an ayahuasca trip, and then he's gonna have the awakening of what color he's gonna be wearing or anything like that. Because
Hey, look.
those are three different colored jerseys. We got a blue, we got a black, and then we got a purple, right?
I got a question for y'all. Is there any way that they bring Aaron Rodgers in, and if they draft a quarterback, whatever quarterback it may be, in whatever round, do you think that young bull can beat out Aaron Rodgers?
No,
Not-
because it's the same way. It's the same way Justin Fields probably could have beat out Russ if Russ wasn't like injured for Fields to get a shot. Because then immediately they're like, okay, we're going back to Russ. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna go with like Mike Tomlin's gonna go with the guy who has the history. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like, if they do lock Aaron Rodgers down and don't let him leave the building without a contract, what should they focus on? Let me go pull their draft capital up as well.
Running back.
They got a lot of draft
It's
capital.
running
right?
back.
RB.
Because this is the same team they took Najee in the first round. You know what I mean? They'll do it. Because then theoretically you get the most out of their contract.
They might be able to get Amari on
Hampton, that's a hell of a pick.
Boom. Yeah, because they brought in Kenneth Gainwell, who's another Jalen Warren essentially. You know what I mean? And then
The Lions are signing former Eagles cornerback Avonte Maddox.
Oh, cornerback. That's what you said.
Cornerback.
Yeah, and then you got that's a good pickup. Good pickup. He's the OG. He's a rotational guy.
Okay, the NFL is going to look at changing the kickoff rules again, with the potential vote coming at the league meeting at the end of the month.
Yeah, somebody was in the chat the other day telling us about that. Oh, everything.
Yeah.
The 420. It was a 420 or some shit. The 4th and 20.
Oh, okay. Okay, I did see that. Dang. It's so crazy because I feel like they're gonna like the way that they changed it to last year. If not, they'll bust it back to the fucking 25. You know what I mean? Because the whole thing was just not being able to like run until the fucking balls is caught type of shit.
Yeah,
right?
well, the other thing is too, though, that it's giving the offenses a advantage by going to the
Flipping
35
field.
if you touch back it.
Yeah, because now you're on the 35.
Bakes a lot says, I think Pittsburgh should trade Pickens for a late first or a high second if possible. Take a wide receiver, O-line, and an RB in the first 2 rounds and then I got their draft capital up on the board right now.
Yeah.
And they only got 6 picks in this draft.
Well, where did they draft Pickens? Was he a first round pick or I don't know?
No, he was a second or a third. I think.
But he ain't gonna get a first for him then. So
I mean, they're not gonna get a first. They're not gonna get a first for him though. That's
a second possibly. Yeah.
I mean, they're the team that paid a second for DK. So like, if they think they're setting the market, they're kind of tripping because like, I mean, even look at someone like, okay, you know who they would trade him to? The Patriots. You know what I mean?
That'd be a good investment. That'd be a good investment for the Patriots.
It sure would, because they still have him for one more. They have him for 2 more this season and the next. Yeah, hold on. Is George Pickens going into year 3?
I think he is.
He is going into year 3.
I get it.
Dang, he been in. I forgot he been in. He came in with Olave and like J-Mo and.
He's year 3 right now.
Yeah. Okay.
So
so they got him this season and the next, whoever trades for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's going to his 4th
idea,
right now. Bakes a lot said, especially since the Commanders lost. Since the Steelers lost Herbig.
Yeah, Herbig got signed real quick too. I mean, they got Highsmith when he's healthy because that's why Herbig was like in the mix last year. But when Highsmith's healthy and it's TJ, I wonder what they're gonna do because they did address linebacker last year by bringing in Queen and then
and drafted Peyton Wilson.
Yeah,
they drafted Peyton Wilson, yo.
Yeah, and he what was his story last year? Did he get hurt or something? Because then they definitely
Wilson played.
Okay, word.
Yeah, but they also had the OG Landon Roberts, who signed with the Raiders this year, also playing in the inside.
I think it was Michael Walker. It was another OG. Because then I think what's his name? Landon Roberts was still coming off of ACL. I want to say. Oh,
no,
you know
he
who
played last year.
You know who they tried to make it to 2 years ago? That's what they tried. They tried to bring in Cole Holcomb, and but Cole Holcomb never came back right. So you might have been right. It might have been a Landon Robbins.
Roberts did play last year. Roberts played last year, and he got a deal. They the Raiders brought him in because they lost Spillane.
Roberts the Raiders got a young kid over there too, the Heisenberg kid.
Oh, everything.
Yeah. Hey, yo, it's funny though. Shout out to Banks. The other morning, right? I texted him. I was like, "Hey, yo, I think the draft picks are wrong in there, or something like that." He said, "What are you talking about?" We went till like hours later. But I was like, "Oh shit!" And I took a second look. I'm like, "Oh, that's Guccini's trade." I was high as a motherfucker. Waking up, just still loaded. Yeah. Yeah, that's just funny. He's like, I think I texted you. You're like, oh, no. I was like, you got the 102 right here. Yeah, that's my trade. I was like, oh shit, I can't wear it.
Oh yeah, on my mama.
Yeah, I confused the fuck out of myself and a bunch of people. What are you talking about? Never mind. Let me wipe the sleep out my eye. Yeah, that motherfucking Aaron Rodgers. Though this is funny because I caught it from the very, very beginning. I was like, he's gonna go to the Steelers. Now I'm glad because they went and got him a DK, so that he doesn't have to be like, "Hey, I need you to bring over Alan Lazard or some stupid shit like that." You know what I mean? Just they preemptively brought in AJ Dillon. They're like, "Listen, we got your guy, the Jewish jackhammer here." You know what I mean?
Hey, it says that that Roberts had a 100+ tackle season with the Dolphins in 2022, and then 100 in 2023. With the Steelers.
Then he tore his shit. Or something. He had some kind of season ender or something, but it was late. And then that's probably why he came on late last year. Yeah, but then because they were rotating other fools, like they brought in like Michael Walker, who was like kind of like a journeyman. Michael Walker had a year back. What was it? I think it was when Olakun left to the Jags, and then Michael Walker just went crazy out of nowhere for his season with the Falcons. But there was like no Deion Jones, and it's crazy how linebackers, they come and go. Like some people were tying Chicago to looking at one of these linebackers here, but I'm like, they got TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds, but I'm like, Edmonds want to really handle him too.
Yeah, motherfucking shout out to Candlestick. Candlestick out of the three leagues for this year. Candlestick got Roberts in that motherfucker. I got him in the other two. Hopefully that's a little dark.
Man, we got Mike Williams for a steal, $3 million.
Damn.
Yeah, them is facts.
That is a super steal. He's like, Mike
that's
Williams
what
still got. Mike Williams
hey, Lee,
paid before.
Is that what the used BMW marketing rate is going for? $3 million.
That's what we got the used goods for. Yes.
Oh,
you get one of them old school fucking 3 Series used 3 bands.
Oh, yeah. $3 million. I thought he was gonna cost at least a lot more than that shit.
He probably he don't got no incentives. It's just $3 million guaranteed.
His prorated signing bonus was $1.5 million, and his base salary is $1.5 million. So you got $3 million.
Yeah, good for Mike Williams. He probably still got a place out there too.
And they're still waiting on Keenan, man. I don't know what they're gonna do.
We don't want him there for the lad shit.
I don't think they're gonna take Keenan. I really do think he's gonna go someplace else.
I'm putting Keenan with the Saints still. It's just what players do. They just go to the fall system.
Herbig is not an offensive guard.
You got a Herbig on the line and one that play defense. It's two Herbigs.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Herbig.
My bad.
No disrespect to the Herbig family.
The Seahawks are signing
the Steelers Herbig.
The Seahawks are signing safety Anthony Bell to a 1-year deal.
Who is that?
I didn't know Gallup went to Washington.
Yeah, I told you that in the thread yesterday.
Yeah, he was trending for a sec there.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm like, what happened to Gallup? Why was he gone for like an entire year?
He sucked.
He had. He was eating his Cracker
I
Jacks.
mean, he's legit just gonna be some depth over there. Like, I don't think he's gonna command any real role.
Minnesota Den says Saquon Barkley, Ladd, and the 211 for BTJ, Chase Brown, Byron Young. How y'all feel about that? I don't like it.
Oh, I don't like that at all.
Well, you're getting younger with Chase Brown over Barkley, and then you're getting a premier defensive lineman. Ladd and Brian Thomas Jr. They're kind of like a 1-for-1, whichever one you'd rather have. I'd probably personally want Brian Thomas Jr. over Ladd.
Me too.
And then Chase Brown, he's a third-year guy. Where Barkley, he's in his we call those
the Twilight.
The Twilight, yeah. This ain't terrible.
I mean, to get me to BTJ, I feel like that's if this obviously dynasty, that's the best player in the deal.
Yeah. Not for this season. Not for this season.
Yeah,
He's
I
the
would
best
say the
player
win
in the
now.
hands.
I didn't say
because
that.
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon.
Yeah, but Saquon bring a whole nother elite level to your team.
Yeah,
I mean, even
the win now team.
BTJR does too as well. But you know what I mean. You got Ladd. And you got to give up the 211 to bring that in, even though you got BTJR for the next 7 seasons, but you also got Ladd 100%. So if I'm in win now mode, I think I want to keep the side of the Saquon, Ladd and the 211.
I'm not mad at it. It is really like Kid has said, it's like you're getting the youth out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. That's exactly what you get.
I'm probably the wrong one to ask too, because I love you the hell out of some BTJ and
100%.
Chase Brown.
Yeah,
but I also love the Laddie. You know what I mean? And if I'm trying to win now, I feel like I'm getting.
I feel like Chase Brown head to head with a lot of the weeks that Chase Barkley did, or Saquon Barkley didn't fucking just like run for 300 or 200, whatever the fuck.
They went that
Chase
far.
Brown was right up there with Saquon on a lot of those weeks. So for me, I don't know. It's the 211. Do I want the 211 and then Barkley only for like 3 seasons? Maybe at peak performance. Chase Brown. Does Chase Brown actually own that Cincinnati backfield for the next 3 years too? That's another thing, I guess. Yeah,
I feel like you're also buying. This is what it would take to get a young player like BTJ. You know what I mean?
Right, 100%. You definitely might have to overpay just a little bit. Not saying this is an overpay. I'm just saying it looks like the Saquon and Ladd team is
you're buying a high stock.
They're a playoff. The way that it looks like they are a playoff team. You know what I mean? On paper right now, because the games ain't being played. To me, that's what it looked like.
Yeah. I mean,
I ain't mad at the other side neither, though. 100%. Give us facts.
Yeah, it's not a bad deal, no matter what side you're on. You're getting the guy that you want. I think when you make this trade, somebody prefers to have Brian Thomas over Ladd, and then the other team is like, oh, okay, well, I want to get younger and running back.
I'm not mad.
I'm not into like nice guys, Den.
I was about to say, Den's on the McConkey Saquon side. If that's nice, guys.
Yeah, I can't get into that. No matter if I can report this down. Everything. Nick Herbig is his big brother.
Oh, okay.
Nick came into the league the same year Nate got signed by the Steelers. Got to play with his brother, but says he will have more fun playing against him. He want to bully his brother. Oh, everything. Oh,
shout out to the Herbig family.
It's all good, Dan. Oh, everything.
Yeah, shout out to Dan. I see you cooking over there, Dan. You know what I mean? Whipping it up.
Definitely.
It's not a bad deal. You know what I mean? It's probably more hard to it's an accomplishment in itself to be able to wiggle BTJ off somebody at this point. You know what I mean? Without them charging like, something like this, where he's getting another young receiver in return plus a Saquon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because BTJ is like you know what's funny is he's just on the Jags.
I do something because I got 5 receivers. I got AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson, Puka Nacua, Tyreek Hill, and Chris Godwin. So
I know my nice guys team's
You
kind
stacked up.
yeah.
I believe JD. He asked, "Could you pull his nice guys team up?"
Yeah,
I got
I'm
Drake
not in that
May in
league.
that
You pulled that up.
I'm not in that league, Lee.
You know,
Yeah.
okay,
I got Drake May in
You-
that one.
I
That's the
pulled
one
up for?
that you ain't in.
That's
So I
there
got
you
Drake.
go.
No, we already
I got
acknowledged
Bo
that
Nix,
comment.
Drake
Lee.
May, and
Gotcha.
the Atlanta quarterback, Michael Penix.
Finish.
I got all 3 of them.
Let's go.
I'm built for the future.
Mhm.
With Tyrone Tracy and who else do I got at running back? I got James Conner. I also got the Trey Benson and Audric Estime. Estime is now valuable since what's his face left the building.
Hey,
with Javon
And Ray Davis. I'm
Are
waiting
you guys-
for
hey, you guys are on the app, huh?
What's up?
You're on the app.
Sleeper?
You're on the app. You're streaming through the app right now.
yeah.
Does it have an option to present screen?
No.
You don't
Nope.
see it on there.
I
Yeah,
get.
it's still, I think it's still only
all I
ad.
can do is edit my name and the audio avatar.
Yeah,
I was gonna say if it allowed you to share your screen, then we could have did it.
No, you
I can't do that, no.
I can't either.
Maybe in a few months, but not right now.
Yeah, we're gonna
No,
expand
it
the
gives you
StreamYard, I think,
edit
when it
name.
comes time to re-up. We're gonna expand the StreamYard so we can get like 9 motherfuckers to add
I
in.
got the Nick Herbig in this league. Nate Herbig. I didn't even know that guy existed.
Yeah, the other Herbig was he was like the Highsmith villain.
Yeah.
Herbig.
Sleeper got the rookies on there right now.
Oh, they do.
Yep.
That's so funny. Sleeper got him confused. They said Nick Herbig signs with Commanders. The Commanders signed right guard Nate Herbig.
She's her big.
Do you remember they put his profile picture as Taylor Swift?
Oh yeah.
Did they?
Yes.
Kelsey. Travis
Yes,
Kelsey
Kelsey.
profile
Oh, yeah,
pictures
that's funny.
They mess with other players too, with other things.
everything. Yeah, Puka shit was a Pokemon.
The
Yeah.
Pokemon, the Pikachu.
Yeah, on my
I
mama.
remember that.
Pikachu. Yeah.
Pikachu. Let's go. That is funny.
It is fun to do.
Oh yeah, so Sleeper got Jetty number 1,
Yep.
Ted number 2, Hunter number 3, Amari number 4, Cam Ward 5, Burden 6, Ibuka 7, Trayvon Henderson 8, Tyler Warren 9, Shador 10, Juckins 11, and we got Caleb Johnson to round out the top 12 in a super flex.
And this is dynasty football, not NFL.
Yeah. This is Dynasty. This is the ADPs of how people
Oh
are drafting
shit!
them.
They got Jalen Milroe as the 13th.
Jalen Milroe I've been saying that for months before any of this talk about combine, pro day, whatever the fuck. Milroe, he's got the athletic profile that matches up with what the NFL teams kind
Look for.
of want to scheme around. And coming from Alabama, you can't ask for a better situation to say that, like, hey, I got a quarterback from Alabama that's already been in a pro-like system with the whole shebang. You know, he's got the practice environment, he's got the SEC, he's got the offensive coordination. All of that stuff is pro-like as fuck when it comes to college. They just didn't get the results that typical Alabama fans are expecting. But the quarterback himself, I didn't think he was the issue. There's other reasons why Alabama wasn't successful.
Okay, let me see. I'm gonna see if I can pull this shit up. What we got? Players, free agents. Where's the ADP at? Damn it. So now let me pull it up from the ADP. I could pull it up on my phone, but I don't know why it's. Oh, wait, you know what? Let me go over here. That's what I got to do because the players, rookies, no, fantasy projections, 2025. Free agents, wild shots. Damn it. My bad, my G's. Oh, that ain't working. Damn, man. Trades. Fuck it. Yeah, it ain't let me pull it up like I could see it on the phone. Season ADP.
Sounds about right though. Early second round for Jalen Milroe, and then depending on where he lands, if some quarterback needy team jumps up and grabs him, he could go in that first round easy. It's just our current mocks. They don't have him up there. The current mocks are absolutely lining up with JD's that list that JD said that all those players line up perfectly of everything that I've seen.
Damn.
Because we're not anticipating Abdul Carter being in a dynasty superflex with IDP. I don't even think Abdul Carter being in that conversation that first round with the baggage that comes along with his pick. There's a lot of good players on offense. Travis Hunter, he's gonna have that dual eligibility. That's so valuable in fantasy. If he does land with the Patriots and the Patriots come out and say, yeah, this guy's gonna be an offensive weapon, then all of a sudden he's in the conversation to being number 2 overall easy. JT kind of has that number 1, but Travis Hunter, if he's playing both sides of the ball and you're playing IDP leagues and you start DBs and then this motherfucker is catching seven balls for 100 yards and a touchdown and making 6 or 7 tackles. That guy is so valuable. We haven't ever seen anything like that.
Hey JD, how did that picture work out I sent you?
Oh, you talking about your QR? Yeah, I got it. I got it loaded up.
Is it anyone to read? Is it easy to read though? Because
here it go right here.
No, I tried to put both of them in there.
And then I found a way to look at the ADPs for the rookies.
Oh, nice.
So I had to go into the draft room, and I got it up on the screen right now.
Oh,
but
nice.
let's pull up your QR code real fast.
Now we know it's easy to get it there.
Right here. Let me.
It did work out. I thought it didn't work.
There you go. And then
I'll give him
yeah. So okay, there we go. So yeah. So if y'all want to follow Ear to the Streets, go ahead and take a picture of these both of these QR codes. This is his Instagram and his TikTok. Make sure you go ahead and scan these QR codes, man. That way you can get locked in with him because he's dropping the news, up to date with the news, man. 100%. Oh my mama, let me try it. Let me try it on my phone.
Yeah, got the TikTok one.
Let's see. You know what? You might have to do it separately instead of doing both because I'm trying to line it up right now. Oh, okay. I got the TikTok one. The TikTok one took me straight to it. Wait, hold on.
Oh, I see. Yeah, because I'm trying to do it myself.
Yeah,
if you need some help and you want to get that Instagram one, maybe put your hand over the TikTok one.
Okay, the TikTok one worked for me. Let me try the other joint.
So I'm just gonna put my hand over it.
Yeah, I got the TikTok one going up.
Yeah, the TikTok joint worked.
And the Instagram one will pull up, but you have to put your hand over the TikTok one.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't read the other one, yeah, because
okay.
Yeah, because for whatever reason, the TikTok one is
it probably shows more like a
maybe, I don't know. It gets preference on the phone camera, but both work.
Let's go. We good, Ken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, make sure y'all go ahead and get that locked in, man.
I ain't got a TikTok or an Instagram, but if I did, I would follow Lee.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Let's get Lee. Lee, let's get the Vegas update. How many days, bro?
We're looking at 100 and I put it in the thread this morning. It's 158.
Let's go.
I know it's 22 weeks. I know it's held on. I had it on my phone. It's right here. It's in my phone.
That's like a whole.
Okay, we're right here. We're actually 154 days, which is 22 weeks away from today.
It's almost the baseball season.
Exactly. 154 days.
We in the building.
I had to buy Hey, I'm not gonna commit a crime. I'm getting some bolt cutters.
You're gonna bolt?
No,
yeah.
The previous owners of this last house, right?
Oh, I thought that was for the bolts.
No,
I thought you were finally branching away from the Chargers. You're like, nah, getting my bolt cutters out. I'm cutting. I'm
cutting all ties.
I'm killing ties with the bolts.
All ties, bro. Fuck them.
No, I have like three huge locks I have to break because one to our shed, one to our fences. Instead of carrying stuff all the way around to the white.
You might need some bigger ones than that.
No, they're not. These or what?
All right, well, go ahead and unwrap that shit and go out there and do it.
Hell no. I ain't clipping no one's bolts.
Go out there and do it with them little things and see if you come back at me when you say, "Oh, you're right, kid. I needed to get the bigger ones."
What are these? These are what?
Hey, they didn't have
16s.
What's my boy's
yeah,
name?
they come bigger. Yeah, they get bigger.
They do.
Yeah,
those are good for like
the 30th pick.
30th pick.
Dennis, 154 days.
Damn it.
Oh, man. That's a long way from. That's a long way from.
Yeah, but once baseball season is here, it's gonna fly by.
Yeah, that's a week away. Baseball season really kicks off a week away.
Exactly.
I've got my MLB app on my devices. I can watch the game of the week or the game of the day, I should say. And then also I have Spectrum, so I get to watch the Dodgers, and then I also get to watch the Angels games. So.
Oh, unfortunately, I have to watch the Texas Rangers here in Texas. Well, I get the Rangers or I get the Astros. But like for the week, but when Sundays come, I'm like the game of the week. I'm like, oh come on, just be something better.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't. I have Major League Baseball Network, so I don't really have to worry about that. I don't have. I don't want to pay money for like extra innings and stuff like that. That's just not me.
yeah.
I don't know.
I know the Padres have some weird TV deal where it works kind of in out of market favor.
But I won't lie. You guys have the best announcer that you got from the Red Sox. Don
Oh yeah,
Orsillo.
Don
Don Orsillo is
Orsillo
the
and
shit.
but
He is the
yeah,
shit. No,
Mud,
Don. Say what you
Mud
want. That was
is
the biggest
Mud is the
mistake.
shit, man. Don Orsillo, and then we got Mud, Mark Grant. Both of those guys, they're definitely making the 9 innings entertaining.
No, Don Orsillo was the shit. He made baseball so much fun in Boston.
Well, you can go ahead and ask
Lost.
Don Orsillo who he thinks is the best, and he's gonna say Mark Grant. Mark Grant is a character, definitely a community type of guy. He's funny as fuck too. Yeah, the Padres TV announcers are some of the best. There's no dull moment. They don't have they don't drag it down with being bland. They're
Some
both
of the things Orsillo says are
entertaining.
so funny. Oh my
Yeah.
god,
Oh yeah.
it's
Yeah.
hysterical.
Yeah, and the other day, MLB.TV was showcasing the I think it was who did they play? I think they played the Indians, or anyways, the Padres were oh no, it was the Rangers. It was the Padres and the Rangers, and it was Orsillo and Mark Grant. And anytime national television gets to listen to those two guys, it's usually a plus for them.
He has to be one of the best announcers in baseball. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's entertaining. He knows the stuff.
He does. He
Yeah.
does. I forget why we let him go. I think it was some kind of contractor issue, or there was
He
an issue
wanted
with.
to. We probably offered him a deal, and he was like, "Oh, I get to go to moving to San Diego. Fuck yeah!"
I think it was something to do with I forget. I was pissed when that happened though too, because the guy that we got was like sucking. I'm not saying they suck. It's just that they hired like the old like ball players was like
Remember, we had Matt Vasgersian for a little while. Matt Vasgersian
yeah,
got his
and
cup of
he's
coffee
killing it
with
on
us.
MLB Network now too.
Yeah, yeah. Matt Vasgersian
Well,
started off in
that
San Diego.
we had that lady. What was her name? Something. God, she's a Oriental lady. She really knows her stuff. God damn, she's actually very good too. Hazel May. She was actually pretty good.
Oh, I think she's with San Francisco now, right?
She was with Dornar Silla when with the Red Sox at the time. That's how. And then she went to MLB Network, and she's killing it over there.
Uh-huh.
I think she's Oriental.
She's dark skinned though.
Yeah. Well, she's Oriental.
She's working with either, is it the Padres or is it the Giants?
I think maybe the Giants. I think I saw something. I'm not sure. I have to check it into.
I am fucking beat. This is Thursday night for me. I got one more shift and then I'll be on my official weekend.
That's shit.
It used to be Friday. Used to be my legit day off, but I changed it up 2-3 weeks ago now to where I get Saturday. Next football season, I'll have Sunday off, and that's
nice.
my legit day off. So Sundays, that's gonna be real fun to kick it with the GWN for hours and hours. Because I was usually calling it quits sometimes on that first game. But next time around, football season comes around, I'll be able to kick it for the whole day. But man, I have to tap out for right now.
All right, it's not a problem.
Tired, bro.
All right,
man,
big bro.
You get some sleep, kiddo. Good rocking with you, and I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
100%, big bro.
Peace.
Peace. Yes, sir.
No, man.
Can't wait to kick it all football Sunday. Facts, big bro. We right around the corner though. This shit gonna move fast. 100%, especially after the draft. Because the draft is at the end of April. So that means that should carry us damn near to May, right? So boom. All we got is May and June. Come the end of July when they start reporting to training camp. It's all down here. Once training camp come, that's redraft season. You know, that's when we start prepping for the redraft on my mama. It's gonna go down, bro.
Yes. It is almost quite diabolical when you think about it.
And me and Bo was talking behind the scenes of doing some structured like type of fantasy content here. You know what I mean?
Your quintessential, a panel consensus top 12 type of shit where everyone comes through with their own top 12s.
We can do short videos this year.
Oh, this is where a lot of the shorts are going to come from.
Yeah, good.
It's from structured content, and see that's
exactly.
AKA the real fantasy playmakers. Just like how Big Bro used to run it back in the day. We would go around the horn and talk about certain shit on my mama.
Hey, JD, I was asked to join Crooked Commission on Sunday.
That's big.
He asked me, he says, what's your schedule for this weekend? I go, I don't know. He goes, I'd like to get you to jump on and do some fantasy. Help me if you don't mind. I said, well, I'll think about it. I told him, I said,
shout out to the Crooked Commission.
I told him, I said, for me, I have to have you just let me know what you want to do. And I have to have I can whip up a script for my own script.
Everything.
I told him I'd let him know today and what I got going on. I have to check with the wife.
Very organizedly is.
Yeah, definitely shout out to the Commission.
I don't want to do something unless I know I'm going into, and then I have something in front of me. You know what I'm trying to say? That's why I asked him what he was doing. So I said I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, I'll get back to you on Friday and let you know.
There it is.
Now he's got some good content though.
Yeah, JD was just on there last Sunday.
Yeah.
And I was on there last night, and they was on their Chicago Bulls truck.
Okay, word.
Everything.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Crick.
Yeah, I mean,
that's facts, bro.
Yeah, I gotta jump on that thing one time.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna rock it out. Yeah, but Playmakers though, we gotta bring Playmakers back, and then we'll start doing some structured content again. As far as because it's always dope when you get the panel in. You know what I mean? Everybody gets get a little homework. Like, all right, everybody make a top 12 list of this, or even the top 24s or whatever it is, and we can do a consensus on the panel. We're already getting near that season, so I'm sure even Spencer definitely got his early rankings going. Yeah, I mean, he gets every year. Yeah, and then Clock too. I was telling Clock, I'm like, yo, because Clock does his that's what
his rankings.
Rankings, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, even just to, because ECR is cool. ECR is just a bunch of us out there that are registered. You know what I mean? That are with fantasy pros.
Mm-hmm.
What does that stand for?
Which one? Fantasy pros?
No, the ECR.
Oh, expert consensus ranking.
Okay.
So it's just like for example, so everyone they go on Fantasy Pros and they do their rankings. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like you'll be able to see all like 200 plus whatever the fuck it is. This is the consensus ranking.
Yeah,
but then there's even, and no offense to the guys like Smitty, but like Smitty's one of those guys. He's been ranking for years, but he's never broke like the 190s. You know what I mean? Like he's just down there. I think every year it's like 200. There might be more than 200 now. But yeah, for long, I did it 1 year. It was just hard to keep up with it because I was doing hella leagues too. I was like, all right, screw this shit. My shit went to shit. You know what I mean?
And you got to do it every week?
Every week. And it's like all the way up to like Man, I think it was like all the way up to like 80 or something, bro. And so in some of those positions, you know what I mean?
Wow.
It's all offense, though. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That
but then
ain't too
like throughout
bad.
the course of the year, like Clock, he would send me screenshots, right? And it'd be like, boom, he was like number 8 on the week or number 20 on the
Oh
week. I'm
wow.
like, oh yeah, he was killing it some of those weeks. And it's all different categories, even kickers, bro. It's like they rank everything over there. So it's like, I mean, all you gotta do is just email them, you'll get in there for real though. That'd be dope.
Yeah, I can't fuck with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit it's hella much.
Oh my mama, bro.
I
Just
mean, for the most part too, you're just kind of like adjusting weekly. Like once you get your rank, once you have your rankings, kind of just boop, you know what I mean? And then you just kind of tinkering, you know, according to fucking whatever you think matchups, you know what I mean?
yeah, the fucking me just keeping up with the input in the top 36 running backs, the wide receivers,
Yeah, that's already hella.
yeah, man.
Because
And
if
I
you
did
get
that.
into
I
like
did that for every week last year. Every, this for the fantasy season 1 through 17, weeks 1 through 17. Oh my mama, that shit, man, ain't no joke, way.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Once we get done with Vegas, football is right there. Facts.
No, you ain't lying.
No,
Yeah,
that's
when
true.
is the first game this year? It's September what?
Which is going to be the Hall of Fame game. That doesn't count though. But
No. What's the first game of the year? September what?
oh, that's going to be the Brazil game, wouldn't it? No.
I know it's the Eagles. They're gonna open at home, I'm sure. But
Yeah,
then
they
we are gonna
definitely-
have like a Friday game. I think that's in Brazil again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they definitely got to let them open.
Okay,
that
that's
hole.
going to be September 4th.
Okay, there it is.
Oh wow! Is the first game?
Is the game in Brazil? Yeah.
Oh shit!
And they're opening in Brazil.
And it's hosted by Philadelphia, the winner of the Super Bowl. But so they don't know who they're playing though yet, though.
Yeah,
But
September 4th.
The kickoff game is September 4th, 2025. And
I mean, it's probably a good omen because ironically, it was the Eagles, Packers, and the Eagles. You know what I mean? The Eagles, they're like, "Fuck it, we're going back to Brazil."
Yeah, the September 4th game is the Thursday game.
Yeah, and it's in Brazil. Crazy. I mean, at least you get a whole. I mean, just like last time, they had their off season and they work up to it, and then they go out there like.
Well, that ain't gonna be the Eagle game though.
Oh, it ain't okay. Where?
I don't think so. If the September 4th game is the Brazil game, why are they having the Super Bowl champions?
No, the September 4th game is the Thursday game, but the kickoff game. But the Brazil game is probably going to be. I mean,
the Friday. The Brazil game might be the Friday then, because that's how.
Yeah, because it goes Friday. I'm looking at it right now. Hold on a second. Brazil game.
Yeah, last year I think we had Thursday, Friday, and then Sunday, Monday.
That's the Chargers too, because we're in Brazil. So that's going to be the date. Oh, as it says, it's the Friday game. Yeah, Friday night one of week 1.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that should be the 5th then, the day after, just like last year.
It's the Chargers are the home team, so I don't know who we're gonna get. I'd love to play the Texans. That's a revenge game.
You want that rematch, huh? You want that
fade
back?
Revenge narrative. That's what
you want. That fade. We gotta run that fade back, boy.
I don't know if you want that right out the gate. You might need to work up towards that.
Taste in my mouth of the season, man. I love Peacock, but I want some revenge.
Hey, y'all gonna play the Chiefs the first game of the week or the season.
Brazil?
Oh yeah, I forgot Brazil.
I ain't gonna send the Quifos to
Brazil. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
I would. Okay, if I had a choice on, who did I think we'd get in Brazil? Our schedule is no. I won. Who was it? Oh, so here we go. Our schedule for 2025 is
Minnesota. Dan said 2025 NFL.
I would love Dennis's team in Brazil. Oh, that would be a sweet one to come open up with. Justin Jefferson.
Hey, big bro, want all the fades from the AFC. You ain't playing. Oh my mama.
Well, our schedule this year, we have the Texans, the Colts, the Eagles, the Commander. Oh man, the Commanders. Ooh.
Hey, Peacock said he came to Alvin, Texas, real quick, the birthplace of Nolan Ryan. Come on now.
Nice.
Oh, everything.
Well, if we're the home, we're designated the home team, right? So that means, okay, I don't know if we're gonna get an AFC team or an NFC team in Brazil.
And well, last year we had two NFC teams in Green Bay and in Philly.
In Philly,
that Friday game.
I would like the Broncos.
Oh shit!
I don't know if you want that.
Well, give me the Texans then. Give me something.
I don't know
good.
if you want that either.
Well, we got the.
Actually, yeah. What did you guys were second in the division?
Yeah. So our
you guys got a decent schedule this year.
Yeah, we have the Houston Texans, the Colts. We have the Eagles, the Commanders, the Steelers, and also the Vikings.
You're playing the East and then the NFC East and then the AFC South.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to everybody that's in the chat still rocking with us, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Happy Friday, man.
Yeah, happy Friday, everybody.
Thumbs up, man. We'll show appreciate it. Help us get out into these streets, man. Throw us a thumbs up if you're really rocking with us, man. 100%.
Smash it.
We got 800 people in here, so we need 800 likes. Smash. 100%.
I get Peacock's Texans. I get don't we have an Eagles fan in the Jen Wealth? Isn't that Dennis?
Yep, Philly did.
I got him. I got Washington Commanders, and who's that? That's Renegades team, right?
We got Renegade. Shout out to Renegade. Shout out to
don't want no smoke with Renegades.
I know that, and I got Minnesota Dennis. I got his Vikings this year, and I also have Derek's Cowboys.
Oh shit!
So I got about 4 or 5 GWN fucking teammates. I can run my mouth, but I have to back it up.
Hey, Minnesota Den said my ass is dragging today. Might have to break down one of my wife's addies.
Damn.
One of those days.
Pick me up.
Oh, Bob.
That's funny.
Then we have a bunch of Raiders fans that are in the GWN leagues too.
Oh, yeah, facts.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah,
we are represented. We are represented. So I want to. We got confirmation that we're gonna have a special guest in the studio during draft of the first round. Our dog 7 o'clock said he's gonna come pull up on us like we did the
Super Bowl,
the fucking the Super Bowl coverage. You know what I mean? So we're gonna have a hell of a draft night for the first round, man, for y'all. And then we're gonna probably do the same shit for all the other rounds, man. 100% the shit gonna be lit, bro, for draft night, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I know when the Chargers are the clock, you know where I'll be. Right here, right now.
Come on now.
Yeah, we gotta get I should get like a promo thing going for it.
I'm gonna have that big old necklace.
That we can all post that shit up
on my mama, because we want to try and get fans from every team in and out like how we used to do when we used to do draft coverage back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah.
100%.
I'm gonna get one of those big old necklaces, the bolts.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the big old bolt on it.
Oh my mama, them motherfuckers is federal. Cuz Kev got the 49er one.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the big old bolt on. For draft night.
Yeah.
When I'm on live, I'll have the big old bolt thing on.
100%. You're gonna be drippy, boy.
Yeah, I remember I had a bunch of them the Mardi Gras Niner joints back in the day.
Yeah, I used to wear Mardi Gras beads when I was just going out. When I was turned up and I got dressed, I would just throw the motherfuckers on, feeling myself on everything.
I mean, if it matched the fit, you
already know, bro. Come on, now.
Right?
Oh my mama.
Yeah, I remember I used to do the I used to do the rosaries. That was my shit. I wasn't even religious really at all like that, but this shit was just fly.
Yeah, I like the bead bracelets now. I'm into them things. Oh my mama. I like them joints.
Yeah, them shits go hard.
100%.
Yeah, what is it called? My mom's and them, they be fucking with that. What's that shit? You know what I mean? Where it's like the Pangea. You know where you have the little pieces and that makes the bracelet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, them things.
Oh,
them
like
things.
you can add little trinkets to it and shit.
Exactly.
And it's different things like bears and hearts and all types
Or
of
like
shit.
handcuffs and shit. Like if it's like you're getting to like your girlfriend or something. You know what I mean? They be having different shit. But yeah, I
Right,
forgot what my point. Oh yeah. But
Brandon Cooks is signing with the Saints.
He went
he's
back home.
coming back to where it all started.
Yep. He's
Look
signing
at
with the
that.
Saints.
Dang, I wonder how that's gonna work. It's
With
like
him and Shaheed.
him and Rashid, yeah, because they're basically the same. Well, I would say, I mean, you know what? We never know. Because I would say Brandon Cooks probably has a more broadened route tree, but at the same time, we just never. Maybe you never know where Rashid Rice because we only kind of use him in that fashion where he's just going down the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the hype on Rashid Shaheed going into this year from what he did last year in some of the bright spots. You know what I mean? The hype was kind of there for Rashid Shaheed this year.
I mean, he was the big play guy down the field.
Man.
Yeah, and I guess if you're going to go three wides, which you probably will a lot more with Kellen Moore, you know what I mean? You'll have Brandon Cooks on one side. Oh, that's right. Brandon Cooks was there. Where was Brandon Cooks with Kellen? No, I guess Brandon
At
Cooks.
Dallas.
Was it in Dallas?
Yeah,
because he was. No, I take that back. No, because
he was already with the Chargers for that little couple of years.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, either way, Brandon Cooks, that's pretty dope back home. Because he was a guy, he got traded all around on his rookie contract. Yeah, I mean,
but he also put up 1,000 yards in every spot
everywhere he was at, yeah. Because he got traded from the Saints to the Rams.
He's been a used journeyman.
Then he went to the Patriots.
All right,
then
so
he went to the Patriots.
It was from the Saints to the Patriots, then the Patriots to the Rams,
and he played them and he played them two teams played in a Super Bowl. On everything.
All right, this is the Saints offense is Derek Carr, Alvin Kamara, Kendrick Miller, Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, Brandon Cooks, Cedric Wilson, Joanna Johnson, and
because remember in the 2017 the Eagles the Philly Special Super Bowl, Brandon Cooks got knocked out in like the first series.
Yes, he didn't catch a touchdown. No, that was the Rams one where he got knocked out in the Rams one trying to catch a TD.
Yeah, because he got El Concusto fucking big time in that Super Bowl.
Oh, my mama, I remember that.
Yeah. Then the very next year he was with the Rams. That's hella crazy.
Right.
And then where was it? Then was he traded to the Texans or did he just get released and picked? Because then he was with the Texans for a cool minute there, right? Yeah, he was with Deshaun for at least one season. That last Deshaun season, as a starter.
All right, he's been with Dallas in 2024, 2 years in Dallas, 3 years in Houston, 2 in LA, 1 in New England, and 3 in New Orleans.
There we go.
Yeah, I didn't know he was in New Orleans for that long. That's right. Hell of a career, that Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, he's from Stockton.
Let's go.
Yeah, his first year was 2014.
Yeah, that's right. He was part of that whole group, bruh. It was like Mike Evans, OBJ, Kelvin Benjamin, Sammy Watkins. Who else was in that shit? Allen Robinson.
I got a funny stat about Mike Evans.
Okay.
During one of the draft shows that I seen, Mike Evans is the only wide receiver in the first round drafted with a sub 4.4, I think they said. So I think like a 4.5. He's like one of the only receivers in the first round who's ran a 4.5 or later and that was drafted in the first round.
Dang, I wonder what Kelvin Benjamin ran that year. Because Kelvin Benjamin, I think he was one of those. He was one of the. Well, he was. I guess he was a 1,000-yard receiver his rookie year, but yeah. But then Sammy Watkins was in that class, who ran like a fucking 4.3 or 4.2 or whatever the fuck it was.
Who you say?
Sammy Watkins. What did Sammy Watkins run that year? Like a 4.3?
Oh, my computer is in the way. Hold on.
Yeah,
Damn
no,
it.
bro.
My monitor, y'all. Shout out to Clock Management, man. There it go, right there. Autographed Sammy Watkins jersey. I won it during the Super Bowl show.
Let's go.
Shout out to Sammy.
Shout out to Clock.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sammy. Super
Oh,
Bowl
my
champion, Sammy.
Thanks.
But yeah, what was it? Trying to remember. What were we talking about? Oh, I'm fucking high as a motherfucker.
The first round wide receivers running less than a 4.4.
Well, just that class. Yeah, Brandon Cooks was in that class. He ran a fucking. Oh yeah, but it was definitely Mike Evans though. He definitely was the slowest one out of all of them. But he was the body up receiver anyway. You know what I mean? Like he's always a big body, fucking 6'5" monster. It's crazy that he lasted this long too. Good for him.
Does he do it again this year? Does he keep
Probably.
the streak?
I mean, because think about this: if he plays healthy, if he's healthy 17 games, what's that boil down to like 59, 69 yards a game? That's doable, and he'll have a couple of those games where he has like 100 plus.
100, 150, yeah.
Yeah, and Baker is one of those guys that he is, team first. You know what I mean? Mike Evans.
He'll grab that motherfucker. You know, Mike Evans is hella towering over. He'll grab him, go helmet to helmet. Get you that 1,000.
100%. You know what I mean? Mike Evans and Baker knows Mike Evans is a legacy player because during last season, Mike Evans and Devontae Adams is the only ones in the league right now that have 100 TDs.
Yeah, and then last year it was about Mike Evans tying the GOAT of all football, Jerry Rice, with the most consecutive 1,000-yard seasons at 10 straight. So now he's going for that 11. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
To take the record. Yeah.
Definitely, brother. And they're returning all 11 starters in Tampa this year. So on offense, you know what I mean? So fantasy purposes, the Bucks is going to be a good investment for you.
Yeah, and the year prior to that, when they beat up on the Eagles to advance, and they lost to the
Detroit.
Like shit, they got trounced by the Commandos. You know what I mean? So I like they got a big chip on their shoulder, and they're led by somebody who has a big chip on his shoulder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they just got to tighten up on defense.
You ain't lying. And Todd Bowles, he'll figure it out. You know what I mean? Like that's what the one thing they were really missing last year was a solid pass rush. So bringing in Hassan Reddick, that's part of it.
Bro, they gave him $14 million for one season. That shows you how bad they need that position.
Yeah, because if you look over so they have an aging what's his name, Vita Vea in the middle, but then they got a youngster Cansey. Right, so they're sewed up over there in the middle, and then on the other side they have Logan Hall. He was coming around. You know what I mean? I think he's like a third-year guy, he was a former first rounder if I remember correctly, if not a second rounder, but still he's coming around. So Hassan Reddick is like a crazy addition, and then like when their safeties are healthy, because that's another thing too is they were down.
Jamil Dean.
No, well, I'm talking.
He didn't play last year, I don't think.
They were down Antoine Winfield for most of the year.
Oh yeah, facts.
Yeah, but when he's right, they're super righteous. You know what I mean? Then it's like, okay, they also have a need at linebacker because they already had problems with that position going in late in 23. We thought it was gonna be KJ Britt, but they gave him a shot, right? Because obviously Levante David, he's just fucking immortal. But then you need that second guy. So I think they might address that in this draft because, they didn't really attack it in free agency when I thought they could have. And they might even fuck around and just bring back Devin White for real. If not, but I can see them drafting a linebacker.
Yeah, that is definitely a position of need for sure because
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like you said, they brought back Levante, and he's been playing since what 2016.
Mm-hmm.
He got. I think
One of them old timers.
He's a 10-year vet for sure. You know what I mean. So they definitely and they got a lot of young bulls in their secondary too, though. You know what I mean. So they definitely
like
need
Tyke,
to go.
like Tyke. Well, they got the he's best suited as a nickel, right?
Yeah, and
Like
then
kind
you
of a little
still got
hybrid.
you got Zion McCullum. He's a damn good corner, 100%.
And then like that defense is more I mean, I guess we even go all the way back to like his time with the Cards, right? You know, the Todd Bowles defense. You know, they always had Patrick Peterson shutting one side down. You know what I mean? But like since their time in the and with the Buccaneers, it was predicated on their pass rush. You know, making up for shit for their secondary. You know what I mean? But especially when you have an Antoine Winfield, you know what I mean?
Come on now.
Yeah, he's going crazy.
Yeah, I think the Bucks fantasy purposes, we got some hitters over there too. And like you said, if Antoine Winfield come back, back.
Oh, he's coming back.
Because the year before last, wasn't he a 100 tackle?
Yeah,
100 tackle safety.
Yep, triple digits.
What? Speaking of clock, we got clock management in the building. Top of the morning, big bro.
Yeah, top of the morning. Yeah, clock. Hey, we need you,
big bro.
Join the dark side, clock. I sent you the link. We need you we got Plug in a dynasty. We need you in this one.
Plug up.
Yeah, shout out to Plug. It's funny because Plug's like, I've never done a dynasty. I'm like, oh, this one's a doozy.
Is that right?
Yeah, he's in this one.
Clock said, what are the Niners doing, man? Hey, we just rebooting, bro.
Yeah, here's my thing. I don't think we're blowing it up. We're retooling it.
No, everything. I don't think we blowing it up neither.
Yeah.
No, why would you blow it up when you got the Brock signing and you can get a lot of young dudes in this draft? So I don't think you're blowing it up at all.
Yeah, no, I think we good, bro. I don't think we got too much to worry about.
No.
100%. What up, Clock? Let's get the Cutthroatest League going. Almost there. The Cutthroatest. Oh,
the Cutthroatiest.
Cutthroatiest. Okay, excuse me.
Yeah, like the Cutthroat Committee.
Come on now.
The Cutthroat Committee.
PSD, the driver, Mac Dre, and motherfucking Sugar Wolf, man. That's the real Cutthroat Committee, the Shmitty, man.
The Shmitty. And then they definitely added Mac Mall down the road when
that was on the second album. The first album didn't have Mac Mall on there. It was just them three.
Yeah, because they really only had about a couple of tracks when Mac Dre left at that point too.
Yeah, the one remix is on the second album.
Yeah.
The Benzes keep on dipping.
Where they got like Huss and all of them, they got Mac Mall on there.
Yeah, mama, that's my shit.
Oh yeah, actually that's the original one.
No, that's the remix. The original one is just Mac Dre.
Oh, word! I never heard
the song on the Cutthroat Committee Part 2.
They say Beams is roll, Beam is what do we say? The Jet is jet, and the caddies keep on dipping.
Oh my
God, must be tripping. I'm in the old school pie flipping. Telling them high jipping.
Tending to my
pipping.
Oh my mom. And so the extended version on the Cutthroat Committee Part 2 album, that's the extended version with everybody else on that bitch.
Oh yeah, okay. See, I didn't even know. So they just added them to it.
Let me see if I can pull this shit up on my Apple Music. Apple Music fucking sucks, bro.
You know what's crazy is that like all the dudes that I work with, shout out to HMNG, they all wanted everyone to migrate to Apple, so everyone's on Apple. And every time I drop something, I drop the Spotify link. They're like, you need to move to Apple, bro, because you get more money over there. But I'm like, I've been on Spotify. I'm like one of those brand loyalists. Like I've been on Spotify for hella long. But then also, I never thought, because I moved to iPhone probably like 10 years ago, like officially. Because I always had an iPhone on the side, you know what I mean? Because the little Getro, you know what I mean? You can just switch the number up on it. Can't do that nowadays. It'll track everything. Yeah, that's the one right there. I could take a bitch brain out her noggin.
Come on now, that was that shit, boy.
Yeah, you know who produced that? Rob Lowe. So Rob Lowe, he's out of Pittsburgh. He produced all the Mob Figure shit and like the Jacket shit like early on. You know what I mean?
Is that right?
Yeah, but that was his signature sound. You know, chopping the samples and chopping that way too. You know what I mean? He probably chopped a lot of shit with the fucking because back in the days, the early 2000s, one of the cheat codes was like if you didn't have the record, we had the CD turntables. So you know what I mean, you might just have an old song, but you got it on CD. You know, because back sampling records is like probably the OG preferred way, but this was like the cheat code. You know what I mean? Because
okay, so
CDs.
I think I got it confused. So on the part 2 of the album, they add Mac Mall on there, and the original song is Everybody Else.
That's right. Okay, there it is. Yeah, because they basically added Mac Mall to that.
Yeah, his verse was last. I think he had the last verse on the
and he kind of shouted out. He kind of shouted out a Mac Dre in there, like in the past tense too.
Is that right?
Yeah, if you listen to that verse.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go listen to it, the whole thing. I was just skimming.
He said for the Mac will forever something or whatever he said. Like he like shouted him out like eternalizing them type of shit. You know what I mean?
Facts, because they got the U.S. Open. Because remember they
that was that long awaited too.
Oh, everything.
And they dropped that one, and then the Cutthroat Comedy Part 2, not too far off from each other. It was like 2004. Because he was like fresh off of him, his unfortunate, untimely death.
Right.
Yeah, because he had joints. And supposedly, he had a joint with Keek. And he had a joint with Dre Dog with Nicotina. It was called the Best of Dre's or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had one supposedly as well. He had an entire joint with 40. Because you remember during that time too, it was all about those when motherfuckers was dropping, they would drop like multiple 12 track joints. 12, 14, you know what I mean? They'll drop 2 in a day. Remember he did the Ronald Reagan and the Genie of the Lamp same day.
Man, that motherfucker had so many projects, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate because then also, a lot of those studios, I would imagine, that had a lot of that stuff, where's all at? Because a lot of it, you know what I mean?
Well, remember on Trill TV, he was recording at the house.
Yeah. Yeah, that computer probably has some.
That house is inside. That house was in Sacramento.
Oh, where? What side of Sacramento?
Oh, my mama.
That house was fat. Yeah, let's go to the Udio. You know what I mean?
Remember he had the BB gun and he shot the BB gun. He was like, man, he shot him in the armpit. Shout out to Trill TV, man.
Trill Television.
You are now watching Trill TV. Oh, everything.
That shit was dope.
Yeah, matter of fact, let's give our man Lee another shout out, y'all. Everybody in the chat, like I said, if y'all want to stay up to date on all sports news, media news, y'all make sure y'all give our boy a follow right here. This is his Instagram and TikTok QR codes right here, man. Take a try and get locked in with our man Ear to the Streets, man. 100%.
Mm-hmm. JD, I sent you the IG one separately also.
On my mama.
So that
Kidda said this won't work, so I think we good.
Nice.
I couldn't get the Instagram to work on my shit, but I got the TikTok to work, and he said the Instagram worked on this shit. You just got to cover it up.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Look at that.
We in the building, man.
Technology.
And we are multi-streaming from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 platforms, man. 100%. So shout out to the chat, man.
We're gonna step those numbers up when we get the bigger StreamYard too. Watch this.
Come on now. We ain't playing.
We
don't even got none of our Instagrams on here because we could be going live on Instagram while we doing this right now. What we doing, man? That's a whole nother audience right there. You know what I mean?
It has to be a sign like every time though, huh?
Yep.
That's so annoying.
I think so. See, I've never
because then if you can just sign it in one time and
here.
have it as a destination, that's like everything else is awesome.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, maybe if we got it with the that ain't gonna work, I don't think. But yeah, though, man, we gonna get that shit together though, man. 100%.
You ain't lying.
Trust me, once fantasy season's here, man, we can blow this thing up.
Oh my mama, man, it shows though, you know, the grind, you know what I mean? We grinding, man. 100%. These is free throws right. We in the gym shooting the free throws
all day.
We're just looking to knock down those dunks.
Come on now. Everything. The slam dunks is coming, man. We just got to make sure that when we get to the foul line, man, it's a wrap.
I'll never be able to dunk it.
I tried.
When I was young, I was like, okay, trampoline definitely would be needed.
Yeah, this white boy has no more hops.
Man, we slam dunking. Hey, we slam dunking these shows, man. Every time we fire this motherfucker up, bro.
Yeah,
don't
man,
even worry
on
about
fire.
I keep on getting text messages saying, you guys are so funny. They tune in just for the hilarious things we say.
Come on now.
Hey, man, that's what it's about. You know,
thank you.
We can bring some joy to somebody's day. That's what the fuck what we're talking about. You know what I mean?
I always say if I could put a smile on someone's face, I know I've done a good thing that day.
Come on now.
You make me laugh all day, every day, Lee. I promise you.
I try. I try.
I'm like, yo, Lee's text messages be having me dying, man. It's like another language, but I've learned how to speak it though. You know, I'm like fluent.
Yeah, the Leeisms.
The Leeisms.
Facts. Give me facts, bro.
It's not quite gibberish. You know what I mean?
No, it's my own language and it's trademarked by myself.
There you go. Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying? What time is it right now?
It's basically my time, 1:45, so it's about 11:45 your time.
Okay, cool. I still got like 20 minutes before the look because the kids got a different schedule today for some reason. It's called like track day or something like that. They switch up the track, all the different because there's like for kindergarten there's a class that starts in the morning and a class that starts at 11. Yeah, normally he would be going to class. He would have been just left to class. You know what I mean? Nice. But now, so today he gets off at noon. But he started early. Yeah, okay, cool.
What time do the kids start in the morning, Bogey? Like your time?
So today, like I said, because my 11-year-old and then and my oldest, it's like normal. You know what I mean? They start school at 7:45 or 8:15.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then my little man, we purposely chose the afternoon class for kindergarten just because, like, you know what I mean? Let him sleep in. He's a grown boy. Let him sleep in as much. But then, every so often on a track day, all the kids come in at the same time.
Oh, wow. That's what's up.
Yeah. And then it's a minimum day. So they all get out early today. And usually on the track days, they just watch like movies or like they do activities outside if it's nice weather, but it's fairly cold. And when it's hella annoying too because like all the kids people they just don't care if their kids are sick. They just send them to school. I swear to God.
Mm-hmm.
No, trust me. Well, my daughter, she work in a like a pro, where parents drop off they like younger kids. She go from I think she might have she ain't gonna have infants, so she might have 1-year-olds all the way up to 4-year-olds in her shit. And then as school get out, you got all the other little kids that come out that's older and shit. You know what I mean? And she be there all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you ain't lying. That's like a real deal. They come through like at 7. Yeah, because my little sister, she worked in the daycare industry for hella long, but it was pretty dope because her name is Miss Josephine, right? But then all like my sister's kids, my 2 oldest, and then like even my sister when she was a kid, they all were at this daycare at one point. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
Yeah, so my sister was working there, and then even my niece, the one that she just had her baby, she worked there at one point. So it's kind of cool because they all freaking. But it's like it's daycare, but it's all day long, and then they treat they have the nap times and they have they teach them kindergarten
Yeah.
level stuff.
Oh, everything.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty badass. And then she had her house. It was like, and she was a widow, but she had hella bread. She had a fat ass house, and it was right there in the east side, but fat ass house. Then on the side had another house built, and then that was the little like the daycare center. You know what I mean? And then like at one point, my sister she was looking into it, and she asked me, she goes to me because me, always like always allegedly willing to just drop some hella money on something like okay, what are we talking here, right? She was like, I want to open up a daycare. But then once we got further down the rabbit hole, we started looking into the insurance policies. Like, oh, shit, that's just going to be almost impossible to get.
Yeah, my grandma ran a daycare out of her house.
Yeah.
Everything. She had to take out the pool table in the middle of the family room. She had to take out her hot tub. Everything. When the state come in and grant all the permit, they got to come through and look at all that shit.
You ain't lying. This is not alleged, but one of the homies that I grew up with, what I'm saying, when we got older, he was like kingpinning it. But like his mom's had the daycare at the house. And then like, that was the house he grew up in. But he was still stashing shit there. And then like, when he was getting hot, super hot, they raided him. And then simultaneously raided the mom's house. And it was fucked up because then the mom lost her fucking her little woo-wop for the daycare. And you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's dirty macking right there.
Yeah, he's yeah, that guy, I don't talk to that guy. It's been like a smooth 10 years now that I think about it.
Yeah, that's dirty macking.
He kind of had like a dark cloud over his head. He's kind of one of those guys. Like,
if you get to a certain status, you definitely can't keep no work at mom's house if she got a legit business.
Super greedy, and then definitely then when he got locked, he lost his family, and the girl left him, and quintessential story. But yeah, kind of just saying where energies are transferred. It's been like 10 years now that I think about it too, since that was the last time I actually saw this dude.
Damn. Yeah, that shit hurt. You know what I mean? 100%. Mom's losing the business. This how she eat. You know what I mean?
For a lifetime.
Come on now.
Yeah, because she always known in the head, boom. Do you know what I mean? But that's the thing too. Is like after once we all grew up and you can only operate what you do so long. Everybody in the hood knows you, and then like he should be switching and dipping loads. They always have fools driving for him and shit. And it's like it doesn't matter. They're still watching you. Yeah,
them is facts.
They're still watching you. Just dip into different cars, and now there's all the shit they're gonna seize, unless it's in somebody's name, which usually was. That's how you're supposed to do it. At least when you're off the book. But see, the way you're supposed to do it is not floss at all. I guess you only know that until hindsight, right? Everybody wants their little 15. That was early clout before social media. How it's just boom, how your debut. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
Right? Your debut is you pull up in something like, you know what I mean? You're like, oh, he's really eating out here. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can't be too loud.
Yeah, and you're OC back then, motherfuckers. I mean, right now, everybody love they old school, but back in the 90s and the 80s, the old schools is your trophies. You know what I mean? That was, your sign. Even if you wasn't getting it, out that way, if you was just a 9 to 5 motherfucker getting it, you know what I mean? Your old school trophy. Oh my mama, I know motherfuckers that still got their old schools from the 90s.
Oh wow.
Everything. Facts, bro.
Yeah, but shit. I mean, think about this. Even just the paint jobs, like it's a different. It was a different beast in the 90s.
100%, bro.
Or even if you have some that's still stock from back in the days, Like we're looking at those GTL or the GNXs.
Mm-hmm.
Like those things, even just the body still go for hella grip. You know what I mean?
Facts,
But you get one that's
100%.
stocked in a motherfucker, that shit's going.
On
Those
my
things
mind.
appreciate.
And every region got they own car like type shit, because you got the down south, the Houston dudes, they ride old schools, but they ride them in a certain way. Then you got the Florida and the Georgia dudes and the South Carolina, all that
The
region.
Mississippi kid, the Mississippi guys.
Yeah, they ride big rims, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dunks.
Like the Chicago dudes, they ride big rims, but they put big engines. You know what I mean? The Donks got big engines in them LS6s and 7s and shit.
all day. Everybody putting the Corvette woo-wops in them.
Man, you ain't lying, bro.
At minimum, they're putting the LS6 in there.
Them is facts. And them motherfucking engines is 20,000.
Yeah,
15,000.
I remember, what was this? Not too long ago, I seen Slim Thug. He was like, just walking through his garage. It's all old school. It's like, yeah, we put the LS6 in every single one of them. Yeah.
Come on now. On my
so, you gotta be able to get some giddy up on it.
Them is Corvette. Ain't them is Corvette engines.
Yeah.
Oh my mama. What about the Aaron Rodgers? Does he bring, if he signs with Pittsburgh, is he bringing anybody with him?
They got his man AJ Dillon there, the Jewish jackhammer.
Oh, they signed AJ Dillon in Pittsburgh?
AJ Dillon signed back with oh shit. Oh.
So he didn't sign with the Steelers? I saw he signed with the Steelers.
Mm. Okay, AJ Dillon.
Yeah, definitely with the Steelers.
Yeah, because the Steelers, all they got is Austin and the rookie that didn't play last year.
And it's Warren and Gainwell.
Yeah.
All right. AJ Dillon just signed with the Philadelphia Eagles on March 13th.
Oh, so my bad. I had the wrong Pittsburgh team or the wrong Pennsylvania team.
Bake said he could see Rodgers bringing in Lazard.
Yeah, Lazard did get released, right?
I believe so. Yeah, it says the Jets GM let him go.
Lazard can block his ass off too. Pause. And then, but where's the Mercedes Lewis? Did he ever retire yet? Is he still playing? Because I can see them bringing him in. It's like, I need all the blocking tight ends. And even Lazard's basically a tight end that's labeled a receiver because you know what I mean? That's why he was always useful in Green Bay. It's like he just never leaves the field because he's blocking all the time.
Okay,
I believe they let him. I think he was let go. Lazard.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I remember he was a cap casualty, one of the early ones, because it would save them however many.
With George Pickens going into his fourth year, and if he balls out, do they have a T. Higgins situation on their hands?
Well, he's going into year 3, right? I think it's year 3.
I want to say 4.
Oh shit! This is year 4. This is a contract year here. That's kind of dope. And he got Aaron Rodgers with him. Give me money. Late value.
Well, his contract was like $11 million last year, Alan Lazard's.
Yeah, Pickens came in 2022.
Yeah, 22, 23, 24.
So he's on the contract year.
Wow, contract year. Yeah, him, Garrett Wilson too, huh?
Oh, wow.
All those fools. Garrett Wilson. Not the Garrett Wilson was a first rounder. I'm saying for Pickens because he was a second rounder. So this is a contract year because they only got him for the 4. Or do they? When you're a second round, you got that fifth round. You don't got the 5th round option.
I think it's a 4-year
option.
4-year contract.
Yeah. So this is a contract year. I love shit like that because that's when they go out there and they ball out. They're like, "Get this bag, baby." It's hard to believe that with George Pickens though, but unless you get when you get Aaron Rodgers there, because we're getting Aaron Rodgers in the Steel City. You know what I mean? And then McAfee and them, he'll be like, go ahead, go on the show. And you know how much they'll love that shit? Because they're all Steelers fans. You know what I mean? Well, not all of them, but like a few of them. Him and brother are actually from Pittsburgh. The Yinzers is what they call them.
The what?
Yinzers.
Oh, okay.
That's like the, like the your average blue collar working man and Steelers fan in that area. You know what I mean?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And they talk a certain way, and they you know what I mean? They got they got their own specific little swag, you know what I mean? But yeah, they call them Yinzers.
Yeah, I heard that Pittsburgh, when you come into that motherfucker, it's like set in the mountains.
Yeah, hell yeah, it's up there. Yeah, and then you got yeah, that's dope. I'm actually, because I'm an Aaron Rodgers believer too. So most people, they can't stand him because they're just over him. You know what I mean? And he hasn't backed it up on the field in a minute, like as far as like records go. But it's not even that far. How many years ago that he was the MVP back to back? So you know what I mean?
think in 2020.
It was 2020 and 21.
I'm not 100% sure on that.
It might have been in 2019 and 2020. Oh, 2019. When was that? When did that was when Matt LaFleur first got there. That's right. But so that wasn't, it was 2020 and 2021, I'm sure. But yeah, he, what's his name? Now he's with Arthur Smith, though. It's a Matt LaFleur ripoff. You know what I mean? Like literally. Like Matt LaFleur is when he left, it was Arthur Smith kind of just adopted his system over there in Tennessee.
Oh, I think I got it right here.
I love the birds. It makes it serene.
2020 and 2021, third and fourth MVPs.
Let's go.
In 2020, he hit 50,000 yards passing. Yeah, 50,000.
Look at Aaron Rodgers, OG.
Yeah, he definitely can't go out the way that he went out. Or the last time we seen him. We can't see him like that. He better give it another shot, boy.
Yeah, he's coming back with his woman. And this is the spot too, because it's about commanding a team that's gonna win versus like his entire career has been carrying a team. You know what I mean? Outside of maybe those years with Matt LaFleur too, where he was MVP because they were the number one seeds, basically killing shit. But just Aaron Rodgers does have quite the bad luck in the playoffs, from losing coin flips in overtime to fucking just running into the Niners. Period.
Come on now.
Or Brady, when that 1 year that Brady went and got it. He's like, great. I'm here in the NFC Championship now. I have to play against Brady. You know what I mean? That was funny too. That was the start of the rift too between him and LaFleur, because he was like he immediately didn't take responsibility for that, the kicking the field goal. He's like, we're down there. He's like, it's four. I don't know why we kicked the field goal. It's just only to kick the ball back to the GOAT. This is what he said to, like, verbatim. So he's just basically like, yeah, fuck Matt LaFleur, stupid. That was a dumb call too. I think it was like Joe Barry was their defensive coordinator. They ended up moving on from him or it might have been Mike Penton still. Either way, whoever the fuck their defensive coordinator was, man, they had nobody on Scotty Miller right before the halftime.
Scotty Miller
breaks a big one, busts a big one over the top. Brady was like, "Fuck it," you know what I mean? We could put some more points up before this fucking half. Scotty. But yeah, we could put a ball on this one.
Yeah, we can. You got your little man coming home, so
yeah, gotta get geared up. Go
you
grab
fellas
him.
have a wonderful weekend.
Yes, sir. You too, big bro.
You too here.
Hell yeah.
And, one more again, everybody, make sure head on over to neonpeacockmerch.com. Take full advantage of our $13 regular t-shirt sale and our $13 classic t-shirt sale. Not to mention 40% off the entire site.
And there's some great new designs put out too.
Yeah, hell yeah! I can't wait till I went on a little mini shopping spree this last time, so we got some fresh drip on the way.
Let's
All
get
right,
it,
fellas. You have a good one.
You too, big bro. All right, y'all. Shit, we back tomorrow morning with
the OJ.
I'll be there. My wife used to be watching that too. She loves watching that show.
Appreciate it, big bro. My mama, man. We'll be back tomorrow, man, 100%. And then y'all know what time it is next week, man. 100%. We ain't stopping. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Gang Green, aka Kidduff, man. 100%. Shout out to Miles Peacock. You know what I mean? Shout out to Spencer the Guru. Ear to the streets, you know what I mean? I'm hard to start, JD. We got the motherfucking none other than only Bogart Scott Free,
the motherfucker in the house.
Yeah, and shout out to our man Diamond Joe too. Look out for the Diamond Cutters coming at you with another episode, I'm sure soon.
100%, man. We'll see y'all in a minute, y'all.
Peace.
Eureka. We make plays every day, yeah.